On Mighty Car Mods, we are all about pushing it. So we find ourselves
right now, mate.
in the bush, not far from home, and we're going to do something just a little bit different today.
Have you got any toilet paper, Martin?
I don't have any, and we've already started.
Welcome to another episode of Mighty Car Mods. Martin, we're all about pushing it on this show, aren't we?
Clearly we are, yes.
We're all about trying new things.
Yep, we are.
And I need a leaf, a big leaf. We're all about trying new things. And Martin, when I was a kid, there were 3 cars that I dreamed of owning one day.
I'm going to guess what they are.
I've never told you this before.
An Econo van, an S13, and a Ford Taurus.
No.
Okay.
None of those things. The 3 cars that I wished I'll start with the most surprising one first. A Lancer, the same model as Too Sexy.
Yes.
I really wanted one of them when I was like a teenager. I thought they were awesome.
Yeah.
The other thing that I wanted that I've since achieved, Martin, is an NX Coupe.
Yes.
That I desperately wanted.
Yes.
There was one other car that I've wanted for 25 years. And you know what, Martin? I was like, 2020's been a tough year. I'm getting a treat. It wasn't a Lotus. It wasn't a Mini. It wasn't an S13. Yep. There was another car that I desperately wanted ever since I was a kid. And I just went, you know what? I'm just going to go and get one. I'm going to do it. This is actually dream car. I bought my dream car. I bought another dream car, not a supercar, but another dream car. And here we are in the great outdoors.
Now, why would we be in the great outdoors? We wouldn't be here for an NX Coupe.
Well,
we'd be at a drive-through.
I was here to take it behind the tree, let's be honest. But we pulled over, and now I'm here to reveal this incredible car for you. This is
incredible.
It's not JDM. Is it JDM? Are they kind of?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Let's go there because that'll get more views. It's JDM, mate. And today we're going to reveal it. We're revealing it in a way we haven't done before. We're going to be driving it. We're going to be testing it. It's the same as what we always do. When I say different, it's the same, isn't it?
Yes.
Shall I go and get it?
You should totally go and get it.
I want to go and get it. I want to show the people and run the graphics and prepare yourself. I'm going to wipe my...
There are 2 things about my friend that are very reliable. His love of JDM Nugget cars and his digestive system. Today we're going to be experiencing one of those things in the form of a white nugget that is a Suzuki Jimny. Yeah, dude. Yeah, man.
I bought a Jimny!
Yeah, you did.
Yes, I bought a Jimny. This, Martin, this is no crossover SUV soft thing.
These are legit, aren't they?
This is a legit, proper 4-wheel drive. I didn't buy it sight unseen. I actually went and had a look at one. Actually, Marty and I took the K-Truck to go and look at one. And then we got there, it was at a dealership, and we drove it around. We're like, oh, this is cool. And then they're like, oh, no 4-wheel drive though.
Just 4-wheel drive,
just bone.
No.
Doesn't work. So I ended up finding this one. It was owned by a teenage girl on her P-plates. I went and had a look at it. Now, you might be wondering, how much is a Jimny? This is a 2012 model. When they were new, they were about $19,000. How much are they now, Martin?
Probably the same.
$25,000 is how much a Jimny costs these days. So this here I got before all the crazy COVID stuff actually went crazy.
Yep.
So this here was $17,000 and it's almost 10 years old. But it's only done 47,000 Ks. So there's absolutely no Ks. I understand it's like one owner or something. It's an auto, which I did some research on the Jimny forums. It seems that an auto is better for off-roading, for doing like downhill descents.
Yeah.
I have never, ever owned a 4-wheel drive before. Some of you might be saying, wait a second, just before you started Mighty Car Mods, you got a Jeep Wrangler.
You did.
We don't talk about that anymore. First thing you're going to notice is a bonnet scoop.
Yeah.
Martin, have a look in the bonnet scoop.
Does it go anywhere?
No.
Not at all.
It doesn't go anywhere.
Oh, it's totally blocked.
It's totally blocked because in Japan, these are a proper, legit K car. They come with a 660 turbo
Yes, which is the maximum you're allowed. That's why it has that engine.
And the car weighs 1,000 kilos. In Australia, they go, you know what, forget the turbo. Like usual, we get boned.
Well,
we get boned. And they go instead.
We get big cubes. That's
you can
good.
have 1.3 litre. So that is what's in there, Martin.
With a variable valve, double overhead, not variable, double overhead cam, 1.3 litre. They're actually pretty good engines, and they're revvy and they make okay power. But yeah, in Japan, this is unblocked. A little intercooler sits on the top. It's turboed at 660cc, and it's within the K car dimensions. And that's important because if you want to rego it over there, you can pay heaps less, and you can have it as a second car. A lot of people use them as their snow vehicles. We saw heaps of them over there with yellow plates in the snow.
Now, there is a new version of a Jimny that's come out since that's pretty expensive. Turns out the cost between the new one and these one is not too disparate now because these are worth so much.
Hard to get the new ones though, isn't it? They're sold out, right?
I think it's kind of, I think anything Jimny is hard to get, but why do people love them so much and why are they so expensive? That is the question. And they've just got a cult following, man. It is just... People say they're super capable. This is a proper ladder frame chassis, proper four-wheel drive. I don't know exactly what that means.
That matters because it means you can get what four-wheel drive people talk about, articulation. You can get the wheels to be in different positions when you're going up big gnarly hills. That if you don't have that and you've got a solid diff or a solid rear axle or whatever, it's just bouncing along as one big thing. And that's what makes them so capable. And their weight, and also it's the history of these Sierras because since like the 80s or 90s or even earlier. These were those little four-wheel drives that could do things that the big four-wheel drives could do without all the power, and they were pretty impressive, and they've just continued. And these have been, what, the same since like 98?
They've been the same for a very, very long time.
With some changes,
This is the kind of facelifted one. Now, you'd be forgiven for thinking that the inside of this car was designed by Lotus, because there is nothing in it. This one here comes with a steering wheel, which you can see there. This one comes with some power windows, which is a special option. They used to be windy and now they're power windows.
My truck's windy.
This one here is auto because I got on the Jimny forums and they're like auto is like better for off-roading. And then over here, this is where the fun is. We've got our two-wheel drive, our four-wheel drive and our four-wheel drive low range, and that is what we're going to be testing out today. That is it. That is all of the features that are inside. There is some other features in the back. This is one of my favourite bits about the car. Look at the auto opening, Martin.
Oh wow, you only got to pull the handle and it pops open?
Hold on a second, man.
It's not really auto opening.
That's auto opening.
Oh, it's got a gas strut.
Look at that go.
Wow,
it's going by itself.
High tech, man.
In the back, you've got around 100 kilos of storage area. Definitely enough for a Mighty Car Mods t-shirt. You've got these rear seats that can do a 50-50 split, and I think that gives you around 300 litres. Did I say 100 kilos of storage?
Kilos, but you could probably put 100
litres
kilos in the back.
It's about 100 litres of storage in the back.
If it's a K car, it's 350 kilos in the back, and that's it, man.
And
that's the rules.
And that's it. I haven't even looked through. There's other. Oh, what's in here, dude? There's some stuff in here.
Super cheap
I have
auto
no
bag.
idea what this is.
That's an old school Super Chip auto bag. Oh, lock nuts, so
lock
no one
nuts.
steals your spare wheel off the back.
Okay.
I did notice it has 3 lock nuts on the back wheel.
Well, hopefully one of them will open it. So there it is, Martin. That's it. These cars have proper cult followings. Apparently, they are like super, super capable.
Yep. Do you know what I love about it? It has a purpose.
Yes.
It's built specifically to do something, but you can drive it there.
Yes.
So like you can drive it down the freeway. Yes,
Yep.
it's not as comfortable as a Tarago or something, but you can get to a place like this and do some cool off-roading and forward, have some adventures.
That's right.
In the one vehicle. Leave the door of your house, have an adventure, drive there, drive home. Like an awesome track car, same thing. Something you can drive to the track. This is the off-road equivalent.
Yes.
I really like it.
And the aftermarket scene for these is absolutely
massive.
off its chop. Not just here in Australia, in Japan,
Yep.
there is so much stuff for them. It's not funny.
Are we going to modify it?
Dude, tighten your pants.
Oh, they're already
It's
tight.
getting real.
Really?
Yes, it's getting real. But today we're in the beautiful Blue Mountains National Park.
It's about an
couple
hour west
hours
of the
west
city. Yep.
of Sydney City. And we're going to go for a drive. We're going to check out the car. You're coming with us. It's going to be Jimny Adventures.
The history of the Jimny starts like many K cars, with a 2-cylinder 360cc engine. Suzuki wanted to get into the four-wheel drive game as far back as the 1960s, and they bought out a bankrupt manufacturer and began producing an LJ10. The LJ literally stood for Little Jeep. Over the next decade, there came the LJ20, LJ50 and finally the LJ80, which bore the Jimny name. The next model was the SJ413, known as the Sierra in Australia, the Samurai in the USA, and was hugely popular worldwide. In 1997, this third generation of Suzukis was released, Unlike many other manufacturers that went soft roader and crossover, the Jimny retained a ladder type chassis, dual ratio transfer case, and that made it a proper four-wheel drive. It's not uncommon to see Jimnys keeping up with the big boys that have much bigger and more powerful engines. In 2012, the Jimny got a facelift with a different grille, bumper, and importantly, this hood scoop. They made them right up to 2018 when production of the 4th generation began. Today we are in the beautiful Blue Mountains west of Sydney City, and we're going to be going for our first drive on the dirt in this car, and you are coming with us for the ride.
All right, Martin, it's time.
Let's go.
Our first four-wheel driving adventure.
I'm super keen, man.
It's going to be so good. All right, started, that's a good sign. And now, dude, we're going to be...
Is it fast?
I don't know. We're going to find out together.
If you floor it, will we hit that tree?
I don't know, let's see.
All right, mate, this is us.
How's it feel on the dirt?
It feels great. We're not actually four-wheel driving yet.
Are
We're just
we?
going to some, well, I'm in two-wheel drive mode.
Okay.
Which is rear-wheel drive in this. It's not like the fakey four-wheel drive that's front-wheel drive and then it adds a bit. This is rear-wheel drive and then adds the front, which I think is pretty freaking cool.
Apparently no center diff, so it's not like a Subaru where it's running stuff all the time, or a Volkswagen where it's got clutches punching in and out to do things. It's just like you lock them all together or you don't, and then you can have that high range or low range.
Exactly.
Is my understanding. Water crossing.
Yeah,
A
dude.
causeway. Is that what this is?
I think so.
Yeah.
Woo!
Sick.
All right, Martin. Look at that.
On
it's
the real
time. Four-wheel drive. Listen.
Oh, vacuum actuated, eh?
Yes.
Cool.
All right.
So we're locked together.
Now we are four-wheel driving. I have no idea what we're doing.
Me neither. But I like it because we're in the outdoors, beautiful fresh air, a nice cool day.
It's great.
I get that side of it straight away. All driving up big hills, I'm not sure I completely understand yet, but I feel like I'm going to. At some stage I'm going to start to get it.
Yes.
Because you ride dirt bikes and I ride dirt bikes, and that's probably in a similar vein. Am I right?
This is just a dirt bike with dude.
That is not dude. Oh, that looks gnarly.
It does look gnarly.
That looks deep. It has been raining.
So, look,
Dude, there's a trail to go around it.
there is I think they call that a cheat track. Now, I've only been four-wheel driving for about 5 minutes of my life, but I reckon that you probably should check that it's that's fine.
That's all right. I'm more concerned about right in the middle there, and also how muddy the bottom of it is.
Dude,
with our very, very basic tyres.
Dude, this is fine.
Look how deep it gets, man. That's like 1/2 metre deep.
Is it?
Yeah.
Dude, I reckon we're going to be all right. Well,
I'd laugh so hard if you fell in.
oh, it is. It's that deep.
It's like 800 mil.
So, let's check that against the car, I reckon. But surely Jimnys can get that far through a thing, can't they?
A bog stock one with basically road tyres on it. Doesn't the HT mean like highway tyre?
I don't know, man. So the water will be up to, well, there approximately.
So it's coming in outdoors then, isn't it? We're getting muddy.
It's like there.
Where's the air intake?
Yeah, maybe lower than that. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't start by getting stuck in that.
Well, that's a crappy way to start the experience. I want to work up to it. Don't you?
I just want to
Full
send
drive
it.
people are like, send it!
Send it! I just want to send it, but I don't want to if the water is actually up to there and that's where I measure, if it goes any higher.
I know how to work this out. Do you feel like this afternoon putting a new engine in this car?
Yeah.
Do you feel like replacing with a standard engine?
No.
Well, then that answers it. Let's just do this and keep going. Dude, we've been full driving for 100 metres. This is what our whole trip's going to be like.
Yeah.
Our experience with this car the whole time is going to be me trying to convince you not to send it through the world's deepest freaking puddle 100 metres from the entrance to the track.
Yes.
Is this going to be like my life from now on?
Oh, look at this, man. This is cool.
This is full driving. Let's see if you can get bogged in this.
I can get bogged in that. Maybe maybe instead of getting bogged, we go.
You're in it now.
What's that called?
I don't know.
Called when you getting?
I don't know. Oh, yes. There's another one. No, there's another puddle. We good.
That's a puddle.
Yeah, man.
How deep is it?
I don't know. Oh,
No,
that was
it's
good.
all right.
That was
That's
good.
fine.
That was mad.
We're four-wheel driving, Martin.
I'm into it. So
Here
what do we
go.
do?
We just drive, man. We just...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Jimny!
Yeah, Jimny
Woo,
life.
woo, woo!
That did way better than I thought it would.
We can do anything in this car, Martin.
Sure.
Anything.
If you say so, mate.
Totally sold.
Oh,
This four-wheel driving thing, man, I know why people have been doing it, because it's freaking awesome.
do you get it, do you?
I think so. Jimny life, mate. We're going everywhere.
Oh.
There's nowhere this car can't go, mate.
I'm sure there's plenty of places it can't go.
No, it can go everywhere. So this is your first time, Martin, as well as mine, actually doing whatever it is that we're doing.
Yeah, driving around dirt trails with massive puddles everywhere.
Dude, that's a big one.
It's a huge puddle.
Do we check it?
Well, you're supposed to, aren't you? But
Are we?
Oh, look. Nah, dude, there's a mad little rock. Dude, there's a cheat thingy.
Dude, I'm going to do that this
that.
time. I'm just
all
going to do a
about-
little...
It's like, what are we going to do? The worst we're going to do is put this on its side and we have to jump out my window. What?
Hup.
Yeah, man. You got some angle. Yeah, man, you did it. Well done.
I drove a car
Smashing
through a puddle.
Wait, wait. What do you do when there's a fork in the road? You just go straight.
You go
Dude,
straight.
that's a mad. Look at that. That's mad.
Now, are you meant to go fast or are you meant to go slow? Like,
Nah,
am I
you're
meant to
meant
go
to
slow and
Take it easy.
pick the angle and do the whatever?
Bit of both.
Ah, smash my elbow on the thing.
The K-car life, dude. K-car dimensions anyway. I love this stuff on dirt bikes. I don't know about you, but like
Yeah,
the
no, this
craggy,
is
rocky
awesome.
trails that you can get some speed up and like jump off stuff, I really, really like.
There's no mods even on this yet, man.
This is stock. Amazing what it can do stock. Well, there's a reason people modify these things, right?
That's right.
To get more.
To get more
Unwrap your full
points
drive
on
banana.
the internet. That's
Are
right.
you still eating bananas?
Well, I had my first banana today for the first time in a couple of weeks.
Really?
Tasted so much like a banana. You don't realise how much a banana tastes like a banana until you eat one.
Yeah, if you don't eat one for a little while, then you
Yeah.
go again.
All right, Martin, can you go check this puddle for us, mate?
Sure.
Or do we go around?
Go around.
I don't know if we do,
Look, I want
man.
to see more of the trail.
I think we go through.
Are you going to go through?
I think. Are you going to test it?
No. Then you're going around.
I don't know.
I thought you were going to go through it.
Well, okay, we're going through. You know what? Yes.
This is the one, isn't it? This is the one we're going to get stuck in?
We're in four-wheel drive. How deep though?
We don't know.
Maybe I put the window down and
So
we
the
check.
Don't you need momentum though, dude?
I have momentum. It's getting deeper. Oh, it's getting really deep.
This is the deepest it's going to be. Don't slow down.
Is it?
Don't stop. Yeah, man, it's good. You got this. Yeah, dude.
Yes!
Yes! We
Jimny!
forward driving, yuck. We forward driving.
This is so good.
That's mad. The Jimny's unstoppable.
Isn't it amazing that you can get like a similar thrill as you would get on a racetrack, but we're going 8 kilometers an hour?
Yeah.
What?
What?
I'm serious. It's
No,
what?
you're not serious. Are you serious?
It's a different kind of thing, but it's still exciting. It's
Is it?
still fun. It
Yeah,
doesn't always have
it
to be
seems
about
exciting.
going fast in mad cars. Does it? Dude, what is going
What
on
is
up
that?
here?
Nah,
What?
man.
No.
Nah.
Is this the end of the road for
Yep.
us?
Gonna do it, aren't you?
We can.
Dude, we don't even know if we have the ground clearance to go through that.
Yeah, we do. It's a Jimny.
What are you talking about?
Dude, we're doing it. It looks muddy.
Dude, you
Oh,
need momentum.
I have momentum.
Oh, you getting up it?
Oh,
yes!
Jimny!
Yes!
Jimny!
We got up it!
Jimny!
Yes! Yeah, this is the most fun I've had going slow ever. I will say that.
Oh, it's awesome.
Because the Jimny shouldn't be able to do these things, but it can. I know Jimny owners out there are saying, my Jimny can do anything, and I'm sure it can, and you've been stuck. But our confidence hasn't been hit yet, because we haven't been stuck either.
No, and obviously it can do more wild stuff than what we're doing. But this is our first time, man.
Yeah, ever.
How do you four-wheel drive?
I mean, people will tell us,
They will.
but we should educate ourselves also.
We just tip that in.
Oh,
Put that up.
Oh man, that was close.
Yes!
Yeah, good job.
Jimny! Now we go low. Wait,
Now go backwards.
we're stuck.
Our first bogging.
Okay. Now, do
'cause
we
there's
just
a
need
big-
to go through with more speed?
No, there's a big hump. There's a big hump that I think our dips or something. There we go. Like,
Oh!
oh, Jimny.
I'm sorry,
Poor
Jimmy.
little Jimny.
Now, should I stay in the ruts or should I drive on top of that thing?
No, stay in the tracks, man.
Really? But-
yeah, because it's nice and hard packed.
Dude, let's go up there.
Full driving
Look
technique.
up there.
Yeah, man.
See, that's like Jimny only track. No one else is going to fit up there anyway.
Man, look at this. So rocky.
Martin, this has been an incredible automotive adventure.
Yeah. Dude, this is just the beginning.
And I know it's just the beginning, and I know I've like swallowed the mad like Jimny cool pill,
Yeah.
but what a freaking awesome car.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it is amazing.
Man, look at this view. Look at this view. We got to get the Jimny right up there, man.
Yes.
That looks epic.
All right, we're going up over that rock.
Trying to avoid the massive tree stump.
Up there.
Yeah, cool, man.
Yeah,
Wow,
man, look at
that.
this. That's
like
freaking awesome.
Feels like you're driving off the edge of the world.
Martin, well done to you.
I didn't do anything.
You came with me for the journey. Well done to the Jimny.
Yeah.
Are you a Jimny owner? Amazing. Do you like four-wheel driving? Amazing. Are you the engineer that invented this car or had anything to do with it? Amazing. Let's have a look out here, Martin.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, man, look at that. Look at the rewards you get from like driving your full drive around. You get to go look at this stuff.
So good. So there it is, everybody. That is the Jimny. Next up, Martin, we're going to start modifying it
Of course we are. I'm so keen. And now we get to do all those trails home again.
in reverse. We're going to show you how to make a four-wheel drive. Because we know, don't we, Martin?
No.
Have you ever done one?
No,
You ever owned one?
I know nothing.
We know
I'm
nothing.
So ill qualified to show someone how to make a four-wheel drive. So how about this? Instead, come with us as we learn how to four-wheel drive.
No, we don't need to learn. I've got the list.
What do you mean you've got a list?
This is how you modify
What's
a
that
four-wheel
say on
drive.
the back of it?
Nothing. Look at this. Let me show you my list. This is what you do, Martin. This is how you modify a car.
Is it the opposite of a Lotus?
See here, it says how to car. And this is the list. This is what you
get
do.
this off the internet?
You lower the car, you reduce the weight, increase the aero, increase the rigidity, and get more rubber on the road. A four-wheel drive is just the opposite. Is literally just the opposite. We're going to raise the car, increase the weight, reduce the aero, make it more floppy, and there'll be less rubber on the road because it's got muddy tyres. We just do the opposite that we've done for the last 13 years. That's the secret.
Is that the key?
Yeah. Now, let me apologise
That's the
already to
keystone.
any four-wheel drivers out there who are like, what are these dickheads doing on this
Maybe
car?
you should not watch
I
this.
agree with you.
Maybe
I
don't watch
agree.
it.
But I'm also, I think, seeing someone who's like only ever done four-wheel drive, to see them do like a Sylvia would be funny too. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think so. But to buy a Sylvia, you would need $500,000. Anyway, in this series, we're doing a four-wheel drive. And the first thing we need to do, Martin, is we need to buy some mods. Now get in, we're going to pretend to drive out and buy our mods. Because I don't even know where the key is.
Oh.
Here we go. Oh no, there's
found
the key.
it? Don't start it
Now, no, I'm going to start it.
Okay.
And then we'll cut to a shot of us on a highway.
Oh, it only just started.
Yeah, need a new battery. Let's go, Martin.
We've hit the road and we're on our way to buy pretty much everything we need to transform this little Jimny into an off-road weapon.
All right, we are down here to get some mods for the Mad Jimny. We're down here at Super Cheap Auto. This is a superstore in Penrith.
It's massive.
We're getting stuff to service the car. We're getting four-wheel driving mods.
I'm going to the section of this shop that I've never been to before.
The camping
I've
section.
never spent time in the section of this shop that we're going to go to, man. I'm excited. This is new for me.
Dude, it's going to be freaking awesome.
All new.
Do you remember, Martin? We were actually at the launch of this store. We were the special guests of the launch. Do you remember?
I do.
And now we go and get to buy some stuff. It's going to be awesome. I forgot my wallet. Have you got a wallet?
That's convenient.
Can you take me to the four-wheel driving section? I'd like to buy one of everything, please. Step one, Martin, an electric winch.
A winch.
For winching your ass out.
Man,
you
they
get
got
stuck.
We need a UHF too, right?
I don't know.
That's a thing.
I've seen videos and people always have radios. They say it's like the #1 mod after tyres because it's like a safety thing.
Communication.
So let's communicate with each other effectively, Martin.
With a UHF.
I don't care.
Can we have call signs?
Yes.
Dude, I'm so in.
What's an equaliser strap do? What's a snatch block do?
You need it for when you do a reverse pull.
A snatch block? I think that's for when you go around a tree.
Now you need it for doing a reverse pull.
Dude, I'm getting a snatch block. and I'm getting a bow shackle. I'm getting a bow shackle and a snatch block, Martin.
Mad. What size, what kind are you going to get?
The ones in my hand.
Equaliser strap. Did you get an equaliser strap yet? You need one of those.
I don't even know what that is.
But you need
Dude,
one.
what's this thing do?
You need one.
I have no idea what I'm buying.
This is cool, but you only got one of them.
I'm buying stuff that says four-wheel drive on it.
Any items that say four-wheel drive or products that have pictures of mud on the packaging or talk about the great outdoors are going straight into our shopping trolley.
Actually, my first stunt driving job, this one. It was for the Epic Oils campaign a couple of years ago for Super Cheap Auto. They had a helicopter chasing me. I was in Mod Max and they're just hit 80, 90 k's an hour down here and then do a big drift. And it was really dusty because I was chasing all these trucks and couldn't see anything, but I got the job done. And there I am. Security guard, where's your ID?
I finally found some stuff I recognise. That's some Castrol Edge, that's a jerry can, and those are some floor mats that say four-wheel drive on them, so I'm going to buy them as well. As we watch ourselves from the TV above, our shopping trolley is now completely chockers, so we can make our way carefully over to the checkout to find the poor people that are going to have to process this massive order.
This is it's a lot of stuff, Martin. I told you I don't have my wallet, right?
Now, we really don't know what half this stuff is for or what it does, but it does have pictures of four-wheel drives on the packet, so it's clearly going to be useful once we get off-road. But we will endeavour to find out what this stuff does, and as soon as we know, we'll let you know, and then we'll all be learning something together. Unless, of course, you already know, and then it's just us learning, but that's okay too. Now, this receipt is freaking huge and the paper had to come from somewhere, and because it's all about the great outdoors, we've donated some money through Team Trees to plant some more freaking trees.
Thank you. Nice to meet you all. Thank you very much. See you later. That was legit the biggest loot haul we've ever had, Martin.
Yeah, man.
Maybe that's why people like four-wheel drives, because they can buy
There's so much stuff for four-wheel drives. Like, what can you buy for a Sylvia? Some hectic wheels, some coilovers, well, heaps of stuff, but you can't just go to your local shops and grab it, can you?
No.
You can for four-wheel drives.
What we can't do, Martin, is actually get all of this stuff home, because this is only half of it. So we might need to book one of those like maxi taxi things and just fill the back of it.
That's an excellent idea.
With loot. We just got back. All right, so that there is everything we need for our Jimny four-wheel drive conversion. Now, let it be known from the outset, I should not be trusted with any of this information because I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to this. But I know someone who does, and you may remember my friend Isaac. He knows about old Volkswagens. How do you, I don't... Yeah, let's do that.
It's awkward.
He knows about old Volkswagens, and being that old Volkswagens are just like four-wheel drives,
Same.
he's going to help out. Dude, how do you make a four-wheel drive car modified?
Basically everything that you don't usually do. So you jack the thing up so you can get some ground clearance because we're going to hit obstacles. You definitely need more rubber, but probably less on the road because we have knobbly tyres.
Yeah.
And then you need to be able to carry all the stuff. So wherever you get to, you probably have to camp or cook or help your mates out who are stuck in their four-wheel drive. So you pretty much need to carry gear with you all the time.
Okay. So does it look like I've got the right stuff?
Oh, it does mostly. Like everyone takes max tracks with them. That's just a given. I think you just shouldn't go off-road unless you got a set of those or exit racks. They're calling them here, exit tracks.
Yeah.
A basket to carry all this stuff because, you know, Jimnys don't have much room in them.
I did do some Googling. It turns out that the winch that I got for pulling myself out is like way too big. I got like a 12,000? 1,200? What is it?
That's huge. 12,000 pounds would be massive. Basically, you try and get a winch that can do double the weight of the vehicle because the load on that winch is going to be ridiculous. So this is probably 2,500 pounds, like full.
Yeah.
So 5,000 pound winch would be like overkill.
Speaking of weights, Martin, so the roof of this car is rated for 70 kilos.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you're up there doing the twisted right now.
I can tell you it's exactly 13% higher than that.
What?
It can withstand 13%.
Oh, okay, good. Just don't start doing the worm on it.
No, that's
because that causes damage.
Every weekend I was out in the bush. I was like, never did the clubbing thing, never did like the really going out with, you know, other friends on the weekend other than four-wheel drive or bushy kind of
Poor
guys.
Volkswagen owners.
But
I never did the having friends thing.
It's just the time commitment, like fixing old cars. It's huge.
Is the Jimny just the same as a Vitara? Is this the same thing?
Not even
because
close.
I paid way too much money for this car. I paid $17,000 for this car. Is that like way too much?
Not really too much. It's just that that's where the market had gone, and I was
Well,
the
these
cheapest one
bonnet
for
scoop
sale.
ones now are like 25 grand. I don't know why.
Well, what changed with the bonnet scoop models? These ended up with VVT engines. So it's the M13A, so it's a 60 kilowatt engine, but it's got VVT.
Yeah.
And they went all the way up to 11:1 comp. So they're pretty high compression. This one's only 9.5, but they went right up in comp. And then from there, this line of engines goes all the way to 100 kilowatts. So people swap stuff in and out of these, and they can be quite fast, like for what they are.
Okay.
Like they've been in Dakar, like they've been used as rally cars.
There is a lift kit that's on the way. That hasn't arrived yet,
Yeah.
but I've got a 2-inch lift kit.
Which is legal. That's a legal amount.
And
in
I've also
Australia.
got some muddies. I've never had to buy them before. I've bought some muddy tyres. And I've bought a barbecue. And I've also bought that front bar, which is kind of...
Looks bigger than
like
the
it's
car.
as big as the car itself.
Absolutely.
I've yet to open that up, but basically that has lots of mounting points. Now, the front bumper of this car was already rooted. The previous owner had hit something, so that's going to go anyway. And then all that other stuff to go in. So we need a snorkel for these deep river crossings.
Yeah, for sure.
One of them, I did an eBay one of those.
Okay, cool.
Which apparently is the best way to do it.
Yeah, these facelift models, you can't buy a snorkel, I don't think, for, so you may not have the right thing.
Well,
We'll
I
have
had a
to
look
see.
for this year model onwards and couldn't get one.
Yeah,
so it was only
They're
the
similar.
previous one.
We would make it work. We just, potentially have to just modify further to get it to fit the way we want, which I'm sure is no problem. But
And when we go four-wheel driving, of course, we'll also be taking with us, look at this. Have you seen these yet?
oh, that's
The Mighty Carmod's bird watching stool. Also, all you need, with a knife and a hole in the middle, it becomes a scat mod.
Brilliant.
Look at that.
Oh, mate.
Awesome. Let's just start bolting stuff on. Again, let me apologise to anybody that actually four-wheel drives. We're going to do the best job of this we can. We don't represent your scene or your industry. We represent our own. We don't even represent them most of the time. But we're gonna explore the joys of four-wheel drive modification and ownership.
Great. They're
Martin,
such happy cars.
Front bar.
I love it.
Let's do it.
Our first mods on the Jimny, which will transform its look and functionality, is removing the factory bumper bar, which will be replaced with an aftermarket one, and also installing the snorkel, which is used for deep river crossings. We've only just started and Marty's already getting excited about engine codes.
Apparently this is a SM413, but we don't want a SL80, we want a SM173, because they're so creative with the model codes when it comes to Suzukis and four-wheel drives.
Yeah. Did you see that they also make one that's a S&M69, which is 2 engines backwards?
Really?
All tied
One
down
in the
and
front,
shit.
one in the back?
Yeah.
Or is that no, that's the double, that's the SM double?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But they got weird.
Imagine if you set it up as an SM double and went drifting and did a reverse entry.
Let's just focus on the dirt spurting. I just want to keep it in the mud hole for now. So this spider web here is actually from a redback spider, also known as a black widow in the States. They can be fatal. This here is a female spider, or maybe many female spiders. We know that because the male redback spiders don't actually create web, they just hang around on the outside. Some interesting facts about them: the female redback spider can actually store the male's sperm for actually 2 years and just use it as required. But what I did want to tell you about is the mating ritual, because this is pretty messed up. So the male has to try and get the female's attention. And to do that, the male spider offers her his abdomen by standing on his head and then somersaulting, Martin. He somersaults his abdomen towards her mouth parts. The female then begins to squirt digestive juice onto the male's abdomen while the first palp is inserted. If he's too weak, he will manage to withdraw and then insert the second palp. She'll continue to digest his abdomen. Most males do not survive this process, which seems to be unique to these kinds of spiders. The point is, we don't want these spiders living in here, so I think we're going to have to do a very good clean, because look at that, man. And that's nasty. Look at that. See how tangled it is? That's how we know it's redback. That's black widow, man. Look at that. Ready to digest your abdomen. You okay, man? You don't like
I was
spiders?
reading about clubbing the other day, and it was pretty much the same description.
Clubbing?
Yeah.
Oh, like nightclubs?
Yeah.
Really?
The front of this car has had a bit of a hit, so we're going to have to try and fix that before we can fit our new bar. The old battery's coming out because it is completely shagged, and we found one of many spiders that are living inside this car. Next up, we're trying to get to the front bar, which has been wrapped in a way making it impossible to get out, and then we're removing the factory filter and airbox in preparation for our snorkel upgrade. So far, the hardest job on the Jimny has been trying to remove all this packaging.
This is the most insane wrapping job I've ever seen of a product
1, 2,
in my life.
3, 4, 5, 7 layers.
Like, I think it'll actually take longer to unwrap it than it'll take to actually install the thing.
This front bar is like a pass the parcel. It was made by someone who really doesn't like you very much, but eventually we had the bar free and then could test fit it on the front of the car. Marty's going to have to get to work on repairing the front of the Jimny because the bar does not fit. While he's doing that, we're vacuuming for spiders and then we're getting ready to start installing the snorkel.
I'm about to attempt to install this snorkel from eBay. Now, why would someone install a snorkel, you're wondering? Well, when you're doing a river crossing, which maybe I'll never do, the actual intake is around here, and that means anything that is that deep in water means you're sucking up water. So with this, it's actually relocating that all the way to up here, which means you should be able to go through deeper water, really. I don't know if many four-wheel drive people actually utilise all of the modifications that they put on their car, but like some four-wheel drive marketers say, it's not about if you do, it's the fact that if you wanted to, you could, even though you never will. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when people like lower cars and do all crazy stuff to them and they're never actually going to like race their car anyway, but they just do it because they're meant to. So I'm doing the same. You're meant to put a snorkel on. So I'm putting a snorkel on and I'm going to just start drilling a hole through here, which it feels kind of weird drilling a hole through a car, but that is what's happening. Oh, here we go. That felt kind of weird, just like putting a big hole in the car. And now is where we find out that it doesn't even fit. I bet you it's in the wrong place. That's really good.
On the outside of the car, the snorkel is fitting fine, but some minor mods are required under the bonnet. So using a precise measuring tool known as my eyeball, I'm marking out an area to enlarge the hole that leads into the airbox. The hole's getting cleaned up and then sealed with some white paint that's left over from my 240Z project. Meanwhile, Marty is not having a great time at the front of the car.
So it turns out this mint one owner, low kilometre Jimny that's only ever been driven to the shops and back with just a tiny little hit on the front bumper bar on the plastic has actually smashed the absolute shit out of this front right hand rail, which wouldn't be a problem if you just slap another plastic bar on, but we have to use these brackets to install our big new bar, which means I got to do some panel repair to actually make this work. So it's going to be slide hammers, bashing stuff, possibly even cutting and welding it to make it do, because otherwise we can't actually fit the brackets on. And that's a bit of a puzzle as well to try and work out where that goes. But it's going to look sick when it's on. These things with these big bumper bars on the front, they just look so awesome.
So this doesn't fit perfectly because this is designed for the pre-facelift model. So just putting a bit of heat into it with a Ryobi heat gun, 18 volt, really fast, lots of different adapters on the end for different applications like heat shrink and stuff. We don't want to put too much heat into it. We don't want to wreck the finish that's going to be covered in mud anyway. But basically we're going to put some rivets up here inside the door
And then just trying to get a little bit of heat into it to make those holes all line up where they should.
That's looking good.
And then our intake's going to be in. It's going to sound awesome.
Marty's not having any luck with his front bar, so I'm giving him a hand. And it looks like it might actually be working. Now, when it comes to four-wheel driving and camping, storage is an absolute must. There are loads of different options, but I'm going for a simple roof racking system and then a basket which will go on top where I can strap down all of the bits and pieces we need. Marty's finished fixing the front of the car, so we can finally start installing the front bar and finishing off our snorkel intake. Because of the design of many aftermarket front bars, parts of the car that used to be hidden will now be exposed, so I'm painting them black. I won't end up using this actual massive winch, but we're putting it in place for a test fit.
Martin, we put on a winch that we're now no longer going to be using because it's too highly rated, it needs too much power, there's too much work required on batteries. It is possible, but we don't know how to do it.
We got a snork as well. The snork that's next to my good friend's head right there, that's for epic induction noise when you're underwater, apparently.
It does sound really good.
It sounds really
Martin,
good.
there is still a lot to do, and we're going to be running through the mods that are going on the car because that's what we do on this professional four-wheel driving channel. We have a lot of experience working on four-wheel drives, around 6 hours.
What's your four-wheel drive name going to be?
I don't know, mate. I'm going to leave that to the YouTubers out there.
Could be like Gaza.
Oh, really?
It's got to have an A on the end.
Gaza gets grubby.
Gaza gets grubby.
You're going to kick off on this front bar. We're going to continue with that.
I'm going to wire everything up because there's a lot of wiring that needs to be done for the parkers, for the indicators, for all the stuff in the back of there that needs to be done before you actually put the bar on for good. I think it looks excellent.
I think it looks great, man. I'm getting onto technology. I'm about to be running through the technology with you. I'm taking the wheels off because we got some tyres coming. They're gonna make it. They are the Bellissimo of the tyre world.
Yep.
It's going to
They're
be
going to
freaking
be so
awesome.
good for your track times.
What? Track times?
What?
Do people measure their track times on the dirt?
No.
I don't know. I have no idea what I'm talking about. You probably worked that out by now. We also have our mate Isaac, who's here.
What a legend.
He's going to be helping us out. Before we kick off and you get on that front bar, Martin, because we are removing this winch, let me explain very, very quickly why we're going winchless. So the winch that we installed is rated at 12,000 pounds. The car is like 2.5 or 3,000 pounds. So it's way too big. It's overrated for this car. Really heavy. It's the only one that I could get quickly and easily because I want to get to the mud soon. Can you explain to me in technical terms why this is possibly not the best choice?
Probably not the best choice. Jimny's run a tiny little battery. There's just no room, like real estate's at a premium in this thing, right? So batteries that come with this and pretty much anything available in that space is what they call a 330 cold cranking amp battery.
Now we could put in more batteries, right? Like in the boot and do a whole solar
right.
setup and stuff if we wanted, but I don't want to do that yet.
This winch is like, it's somewhere around the 6 kilowatt range. So this thing's gonna need like 660 cold cranking amps. You know, it's gonna need that constantly. Plus the alternator's gonna need to basically feed that whatever it can. And these only have a 75 amp alternator. So when you're putting 75 amps in with a 330 cranking amp battery, this is just not going to be enough. It's going to drain the system. We can make it work. It's going to add heaps of wires, it's going to add extra battery, system to manage it. I only got stuck once and it was really bad.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not going to happen to you, don't worry, bro. Like,
yeah, and then
I had
Marty's
water
just gonna,
halfway up the windscreen.
Marty's just going to pull me off in his truck anyway.
Absolutely, he will.
So,
hang on.
let's get rid of that.
Yeah.
We get a weight advantage by not putting it on there.
That's the other
And then
thing.
later on, once
right.
I've been stuck, then we can go, cool, now we need a winch, and then get something that's more suitable to this car because this bar is set up for that anyway.
It is, for sure. Yeah.
Cool. Let's remove it, and then I'm getting onto technology. Marty's getting onto that, then we get it up, get the wheels off.
Let's do it. Nice.
Boom!
With the front bar just temporarily sitting on this stool for positioning, we can quickly remove it and get rid of the oversized winch. Then first step, jack up the car, and we'll position jack stands on all corners to keep it nice and safe. Next up, I'm removing the wheels and binning the tyres in preparation for some more suitable off-road rubber.
Our big front bull bar comes with some wiring looms because it's got blinkers, park lights and some foggies in there as well. It comes with a proper relay and fuse to run the fog lights because they do require a fair bit of current, so it's like an individual circuit. It also comes with a switch that we run through into the car. There's some grommets on the firewall that makes this all really, really easy. So what I'm going to do is get it all set up. I've also got to hack into the blinker circuit from here. The blinkers are down here, but the park lights are not, so I'm going to have to run new wires for that. Pretty easy, like comes in a kit form, a little bit of customization to do, but nothing too difficult.
Dude, this hole is so big, it's like throwing a sausage roll onto a basketball court.
Absolutely, man. It's just got so much room for activity. Like I can literally reach my hand down and I can get my entire hand up there and feel that massive hole.
I can see your hand there. There's
Yeah, dude.
Are you getting this yet? I'm feeding this big pink one in there.
I can hear it sort of hitting the sides, but I can't see it yet. Just
Dude.
pull it back.
I've fed so much into it though.
Pull it back.
Yeah.
And back in. So it's got to get around this massive shaft.
Right, and you want it out or in?
Out towards you because it's hitting
Okay.
the big steering shaft.
I might need to
in-
harden it up a bit because
in-
it said keeps folding over instead
You
of
might
going
need to
in.
just fold the end up a little bit.
Yeah, actually, I'll do that. I'll just-
Pull the end back and then
Hold
stick
on.
it.
All right. It's got a bigger head on it now. Try that.
Yep. Fold it. Yep. Push it down.
Yep. Hold on.
Hang on.
Just got to get it through this grommet.
Wait. I can feel if I get my
hands.
if I get my fingers. Hang on. I'll see if I can get my fingers near the hole.
Oh, yeah, I
is
can
that
see.
the hole?
Yeah, the tips are touching. Grab that.
Hang on.
Yep, there it is.
Yep. Got it, man.
Yep,
Got
pull.
the end. Yep. Pull.
Awesome.
Thank you, man.
Is that going direct to the battery?
You need to pull this back towards you. So now you put your hand around it
Yep.
and grab it and just gently pull it back up past the shaft.
Yep. Is this going direct to the battery?
No, not quite. It's going to a relay.
Because there's not much length here.
Keep pulling. Keep pulling.
Okay.
You'll see the end come out.
Oh, yeah. Yep, I see. Oh, it's gone white.
Yeah, one more. And there should be a red one as well. Keep going. Pull
Yep.
a little bit more, a little bit more. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, cool.
you got it, man.
There's
One
a
more.
pink one and then
Little
there's
bit more,
white,
little
and
bit
that's
more.
going onto the red one. Just like when you're doing mods for a performance car, a street car, or a track car, really how far you go is based on how much time you have, how much money you got, and kind of what your ultimate goal is for your vehicle, and four-wheel drives are no different. So when it comes to technology, you can go all out with like solars and multiple batteries and fridges and freezers and all sorts of stuff. I'm keeping it fairly simple and putting in just what I think are the essentials. And the first one, of course, for safety and comms is going to be a CB radio. Now this one here is super small. That there mounts up under the dash, and then all of the controls are actually on the handset, as opposed to having kind of a big box sitting up here because we already have limited space inside this car anyway. I'm also going to be installing a Ryobi dual chemistry in-vehicle chargers. So this means we can charge all of the batteries that I would be using for things like lights, Bluetooth radio, fans, USB chargers, stuff like that, which is awesome.
a massive battery on like a big 9 amp hour one. It'll run your lights all day and all night.
Yeah, so those ones are absolutely huge, and you can use them. I mean, look, people use them for whippersnippers and stuff. Some people take whippersnippers in their four-wheel drives to like clear out where they're
And
putting their
chainsaws,
tents and
right?
stuff like that. And chainsaws, but we can run that in a chainsaw, which is awesome. Martin, I hope you don't mind, but I'm going full like teenager first mod spec and just going to run power for that.
Perfect.
Off our cigarette lighter adapter down there, because that means it's going to be keyed to accessory. Some people run their CBs all the time because they want to turn the car off and still be able to talk. I don't know who I'm going to be talking to anyway, and then I'm probably going to leave it on and then run my battery down. And because I don't have like some dual system, like some people when they're running camping fridges in four-wheel drives, it gets to a certain point where the car's like it's dropping too much and then it turns off. I don't have any of that set up, nor do I know how
Stick
to do
your
it.
key in, talk, 10-4,
Yeah, exactly.
etc.
What does 10-4 mean
I don't
exactly?
know. Someone will tell us.
The CB radio needs to be hardwired in, so I'm removing the centre part of the dash to access some switched power. Meanwhile, Marty and Isaac are wiring up the front bar. I'm splicing into the existing wiring behind the car's 12-volt adapter socket, which will power on when the keys turn to accessories. We lent our electronics kit to a mate who hasn't returned it, so we're using my old one that we haven't opened for years. I'm usually using this for circuit bending Furbies, and it's an absolute mess.
Is your electronics case as organised as well as mine? I did not think so.
With my emergency soldering iron in hand, I can get back to work.
That is a perfect example of when a right-hand angle ratchet wrench like that is indispensable. If you've got a normal ratchet in there, you wouldn't get enough swing on it. With this, you just get the thing on the bolt, stick it through the access hole, hit go, and it's tightened up. So good.
That's the new one, Martin. That's the old one. We've been using that one for ages. That's the new one. It's got the new daggle handle. I'm sure it has a different name, but we call it the daggle handle.
As well as installing the UHF unit inside the car, I also need to install an aerial to increase its range. These can be mounted at different locations around the car, but most aftermarket front bars have a mounting bracket fabricated into the design. Then the cable needs to go through a grommet in the firewall, then connect it to the main unit. The rest of the wiring can be hidden away, then cable tied far away from anything that's going to be hot inside the engine bay. Communication is one of the most important aspects of four-wheel driving, whether it's chatting to other people in your group or calling in some assistance. And unlike handheld mobile phones, a hardwired unit like this is legal to use on the road in New South Wales. Meanwhile, the wiring's all finished on the front bar and the lights are on, so now it's time to test out the radio.
All right, so my radio is installed. I've got it on accessories, so when the key's in, that is on. The other way of doing it is just going straight to the battery, but I want it so it's on accessories. Hold the button down, it'll turn on, and then you can go, hello, I installed a radio, can anyone hear me? Hello, I've just installed a radio, a CB radio. Works awesome. Hello, I've just installed a radio, can anyone hear me? All right, so it doesn't work. G'day mate, it's Mighty Car Mods.
I don't give a who you are, you stupid little get the off my radio. I'm trying to do some work around here. I can bet you're a little with your stupid
Alright, so the radio works. And that is the caliber of conversation that you too can enjoy on the radio. I should just say bye. You.
We have to tidy up the last of the wiring up the front to make sure that the indicators are working, and then I'm going to find somewhere to mount my UHF handpiece, install my GPS unit, and then I can get onto the wheels. Like all styles of cars, there are loads of options for aftermarket wheels for four-wheel drives, but this is one of the rare cases that I actually think the factory wheels look excellent, but not in this colour, so I'm using a one-step prep to get them ready for paint. Now it's time to make these wheels black. I used just one can to paint all 5 wheels with 2 coats, so this is a colour transformation that cost less than $10. We've got a whole episode on how to paint your wheels in detail, which you can check out on our channel. There's a tiny bit of paint left in the can, so I'm going to black out the badge while I'm at it. With the badge blacked out and the protective steel plates installed underneath, the front of the car is finished, but I have to get rid of one more thing. This fake bonnet scoop is now a functional bonnet scoop, in homage to the turbo key car version of this car in Japan.
Four-wheel driving tip number 437. Make sure most of your car is held together with cable ties. Just like a drift car, when you run into a tree or roll down a cliff, you want your car to fall apart without breaking so that you can reassemble it with more cable ties once you get to the bottom. Hear that? That is the sound of success. Or failure, depending on how you think about it.
The next stage of our Jimny build is a lift kit and muddy tyres. These items have been shipped to us, but we don't have them yet. So while we wait, we're giving the car a full service, including engine oil, filters, diff oil and coolant. If you want to know what fluids to use in your car, check out Rego Oil. Just enter your number plate and it'll show you all the info you need about fluids for your specific car. Because every car and setup is different, these floor mats have channels that you can cut out so you can customise them to make them fit your footwell and pedals.
we've got our front bar on, we've done a whole bunch of work on the inside of the car, but now it's the fun stuff.
That is right. It's not just
the funnest.
fun, Martin. It's the penultimate.
Penultimate. Did I just say it right?
You may have.
Penultimate. Do people on four-wheel drive shows say words like penultimate?
They do. Well, this is a four-wheel drive show, and you just said it. So the answer is yes. This is the penultimate mod for a four-wheel drive.
Don't do it to yourself. It's so bad. Don't pretend.
Muddy tyres, mate.
Yes.
That's like the first mod, and that's why we're doing it last, because we're not even following our own advice. But if you want some off-road action, you want adventure into the nether regions, you need to be rubbered up.
And you need ground clearance too. You can't be too low scraping stuff everywhere. You need clearance. It's the opposite of what you want on the street to look like a legend. You want to drive around in your lifted, mad four-wheel drive.
So that is exactly what we're doing this episode. We're doing a lift kit, a 2-inch lift kit.
Big muddies.
And we're doing some big muddies. And then, Martin, I'm ready for the action, man. We're throwing the Barbie in the back. We're going out to make an epic episode where half of it's going to be a shot of me cooking a fish.
Sounds good to me.
It's going to be excellent.
As long as I don't have to eat the fish.
No,
Where are your tyres? Let's look at the tyres.
Let me show you what we're installing today, and then we will just hook right into it. So if you want to be getting off-road, the first mod that you need to do to your mad car is a proper set of muddy or all-terrain tyres. Now, I'm going to be using on the Jimny a set of BF Goodrich all-terrain KO2s. These are LT215/75R15. This in itself, before we even do any suspension, is going to give us a 1-inch lift. This is an aggressive tyre. Now, BF Goodrich have been around for like 150 years. And what was his name, Martin? The dude that invented the
Benjamin Franklin Goodrich.
Benjamin Franklin Goodrich.
Something like that. I think that's his
that
name.
was like invented in the 1800s. Now, a cool fact about these is the first person to cross the continent of the United States of Awesome had these on their car.
They're on the space shuttle.
What?
They're on the space shuttle, dude. Not them, but BF Goodrich made the tyres for the space shuttle.
Did they?
Yeah, reusable space vehicle, man.
Wow. They do Baja, they do all of that stuff. It's a widely used tyre. It's going to be noisier than a road tyre because it's really aggressive, but just look at the chunk. So that is giving us our first little bit of accessibility, getting to places that your normal car's not going to go. Your RAV4 is not getting there. I know someone's going to link up a RAV4 with lots of work done, but it's probably not getting there. And then next up, Martin.
I'm just going to say it. They're going to link to a stock Subaru getting through stuff gnarlier than what this can get through.
How many four-wheel drive trucks does Subaru make that anyone cares about?
They don't need to get trucks.
Okay.
They can drive
all right,
Outbacks.
so we're also
installing
installing
rallies, man. It's crazy.
a 2-inch lift kit. Let me show you this. Now, unlike some fools you may follow on the internet that modify Silvias and Rexys and Supras and MR2s and Daihatsus and other cool cars like that that are always trying to get them lower, which makes them useless, four-wheel drives usually want to try and make them higher so you get more ground clearance, but not so high that it messes up the center of gravity. So on the Jimny, we're going to be installing a Dobinson's lift kit. Now, you can order this stuff through Supercheap Auto, and Dobinsons have actually sent this down. This is, I believe, a 2-inch lift kit, and to hear more about it, my good friend Isaac, who's an expert on Volkswagens, will be telling you all about it. Thanks for coming down, man.
Hey, bro.
Tell me what the deal is with this.
Right, so this is a 40mm lift kit. But it's a constant load kit, so we've added some weight to the car. So they've taken that into consideration for the height that these springs are going to give us.
So because there's more weight on the front
That's
bar, then
right.
there's a different spring rate.
Yeah, so we end up with a constant load spring. Also, we get longer travel in the shocks and also longer travel in the spring.
Yeah.
So the car will appear to be 40 mils higher with the load, but we're actually getting a lot longer wheel travel.
Yeah,
both
okay.
up and down, and it's all about sort of keeping your wheels on the ground when
Yep.
you're off-road. You don't want to be lifting a wheel up with really, really hard spring
You
rates.
do if you're on Instagram, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
yeah.
but not
Just for
actually in the
photos.
real world.
Yeah, for the grams. But in the real world, to keep it safe, we want to keep all our wheels on the ground as much as we can.
Okay.
Some instances you just can't avoid it, but this is probably one of the better Australian kits I've seen. And they're good with these little trucks. Like I fitted a couple of these kits now, and they work great.
Yeah.
So you get more articulation in
cool.
the wheel, but you stay legal. It's really important to stay legal in the four-wheel drive world, especially. It's really
And Queensland, they've really cracked down on that.
They're
haven't
really
they?
cracking
Defecting
down.
people for it.
Absolutely, and for really good reason. I mean, these cars can tip over. There's a lot of weight in these vehicles, and people are travelling at the moment. So the safer we can be, but still be capable. Like I'm all for that.
Safe and capable, I'm all about it.
Absolutely.
They're going on the factory rim. rims. I was considering buying something else. I really like them.
Me
and
too.
if they didn't look like that, I probably would have bought something like that. So I've
Yep.
painted those. They're going to get fitted up. We're going to put this in. This is giving us a 1 inch lift because it's 2 inches wider, which
That's
as
right.
a circle you halve it because
That's right. We're gaining
that's
1 inch
what
every
Pi told us, and his mate Pythagoras. Anyway, so that's 1 inch, and are we adding that to 40 mil?
That's correct.
So we're actually getting like a 65 mil
Yeah,
lift.
that's right. Yeah. If anything higher than what we've done, actually needs a few other components. So some people might be watching thinking, where's the panhard rods? Where's our caster correction bushes?
Well, that's
sway
what I
bar
was
links?
thinking.
We're sort of right at the point of where we need to do that stuff or not.
Okay, cool.
We should still be in the range of a wheel alignment. We may need longer links on our sway bar.
Yeah.
But that's basically it. Anything bigger than 40,
Okay.
we have to throw a lot more parts at it.
Cool.
And for not a great deal more capability in one of these.
Well, I think the thing is, like all the cars that we modify, and we've done so
Yeah.
many different things on this show, I reckon rather than just like throwing a whole pancake at it,
Yep.
you just want to eat a little bit first and see how it goes. Because I think some people, particularly like with performance cars, they lower it, coilovers, exhaust, do all this stuff, and then drive it and go, well, now it's shit, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So what I want to try and do is kind of take it in stages.
Yeah,
and
it's
so
a good way to do it.
doing it like this and everything that we've done,
Yeah.
I think is awesome because we're going to have proper what they call truck tires. We're going to have a lift. We got our snorkel, we got our bar, we got my rack for all my gear. Like, it's actually going to be super capable.
Absolutely, and one of the biggest mods for a four-wheel drive is the driver. So this is going to be like a really steep learning curve, just to get used to how it feels. So why not start low?
Learning curve.
So
well done,
that's
Isaac.
my idea. They can get pretty top heavy if we go crazy anyway. You're going to love it. Stock
Yeah.
it's capable. So
Yeah.
you know, you run rings around most things standard in one of these, and
Yeah.
that's not what we're
So
about,
it is more capable than like a RAV4. then?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay,
we're
like-
not even in it. Like we're not even in the same league. Like
More capable than a Subaru.
Stop it.
Like a Subaru Impreza,
absolutely,
like not even close?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. All right. 'Cause
Yeah,
I-
they're unbelievable. Like they're tiny little cars, and no one takes them seriously. But the people who know really know. And
Yeah,
They'll-
I just love that it's a Keiko in Japan, that it's that
Absolutely,
small, and it's probably
yeah.
hard to see just how small it is, but small and capable.
A lot of people want to add lift kits to their four-wheel drives for the practicality of more ground clearance when off-road. Lift kits also allow the fitment of bigger tyres, which may also need some body modifications, and many people just want to lift their cars up because they think it looks tougher. And let's be honest, with four-wheel drives, it usually actually does. Some considerations when lifting your car, specifically to the Jimny, is the short and narrow wheelbase. The higher the car goes, the more top-heavy and susceptible to rollovers it becomes. While you can go crazy with heights, most people with Jimnys start with around a 2-inch lift, and this is exactly what we're installing. In terms of the process, changing the shocks and springs is not really any different to when you're changing the shocks and springs when lowering your car, except that instead of going down, it's going up.
So the suspension is in on the front, our 2-inch lift kit, and now our Mad KO2s can go on. On our factory painted rim, I reckon that looks excellent.
With the front wheels and tyres on, now we can move on to the back of the car.
Now, you might have seen our adventure that we did off-road called Key to the Mountain in the Jimny and the little turbo truck. It was an amazing adventure. The only problem was this thing here with its 1.3 litre engine just didn't make enough power. Now, Martin, you fixed your power issue recently, didn't you, with your truck?
Yeah, I may have fixed it, hopefully.
What'd you do, Martin?
We'll find out. I turboed it.
That's right. He turboed it. So that's exactly what I'm not going to do. This here is a 1.3 litre engine that makes around about 78 horsepower. What I've bought over here off the internet is a motor from a Suzuki Swift. This here is a 1.5 litre engine that comes in lots of Suzuki. And can you rip that off for me, please, Martin? This here is going to be a direct swap bolt-on and he's going to take us up to around 100 horsepower. Now this engine costs about $700
Cheap.
Off
cheap,
eBay.
man.
So for that power increase as a percentage, absolutely huge for the numbers. Now the engine, from what I understand, is the same, Martin. It's just got a longer stroke, but the rest of it's kind of the same. We're going to pull that out. We're going to put that in. More power.
You scored, dude.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, everyone loves a freebie. Look at that.
That's awesome.
So, Martin, that's the plan. That motor in there, more power, more
So-
off-road action.
Long stroke, big block in the mud box.
Correct. We've got our special guest here to help us again. He's our favourite hyper-chode. It's Isaac. Isaac, what is required in getting this Suzuki Swift engine happening in our Jimny? Let me just say before we start that a 1.5 litre brings it up, even though it's a different engine. This brings us up to the kind of similar specs as the new Jimny, right?
Pretty much, yeah. It's at least the same size. They're 1.5. Bit of a different motor. They're not the M series. But basically, we're going to be the same displacement.
Legit, someone's underpants.
Wow,
man.
that's a good sketch.
Anyway, so what do we got to do?
The motor is pretty much, the bare motor is pretty much the same as what's in the Jimny at the moment. Just everything that's attached to this motor has to be changed over to the Jimny's accessories, if you will. So intake manifold, some of those pulleys, need to get rid of this flywheel and put the flex plate on for the auto. There's a couple of things with the oil filter we have to do because it points down, it'll hit the engine mount, so we've got to take that all off. You know, basically everything that's on that motor goes onto this motor, including the sump, the oil pickup, and then it just goes in. But as far as, you know, controlling the motor, the ECU is essentially the same as the 1.5 litre. The injectors are the same size.
right? Okay.
They're identical. So all we're adding is a longer stroke, picking up some kilowatts and some torque from it, but it's still within the scope of the original map that Suzuki had put into it.
So with all that said, it's time to get into it. The first step is to jack up your car and remove the 1.3 litre engine. Except in our case, we don't need to jack up the Jimny because it's already got a lift kit. We're going to drop all the fluids and then anything connected to the 1.3 litre is getting removed. We will be using some of these parts to transplant them though onto the new motor, so we're going to keep them to the side. Unlike the cars we're used to modifying where normally we're removing weight to make them perform better, a lot of four-wheel drive mods like bull bars and roof racks actually add weight, so that is why we need more power.
I actually have a thing that we should use, which is the new Mighty Car Mods official fender covers, which we never normally use because we're not professional. But check this out, Martin. Magnets inside.
Oh, look at that.
There we go. Now we're protected. That's awesome.
With our fender carefully protected, which will probably end up bashing through the bush anyway, we can continue removing the engine.
In the time that I've owned this Jimny, it really has been one of the most capable cars that I've ever driven. And off-road, it actually does feel like there is enough power. The problem is when you're back on the tar and you're going from one track to another. With the extra weight, plus when you've got an esky or a fridge in the back, in a 110 zone, I was lucky if I could get to 90 or even 100 kilometers an hour. So ideally what this engine swap will do is make traveling to the destinations even better with a little bit of extra poke once I'm in the mud.
Here are two of the accessory belts that came off the Jimny. Now they look very similar, but they are different. How they're similar is they're both 4PK, so they've got 4 of these ribs. As you can see, this one is kind of textbook cactus. And this is where people say, oh, it's always been serviced, but you know, everyone's just sort of checked the belt or haven't and just gone, no, that looks fine. But these do have a life, you know, like a lifespan, particularly if you're dunking the car in salt water and mud pits all the time. The other difference is on this one, you can see the number, which is a 4PK835. This one you can't. So there's a possibility that they're the same, so we check that first. No, that one's obviously shorter. So that is 835 millimeters long. This belt is completely toast, we're not gonna use it again. So how do you order another belt? You either ring up your parts store and go, I've got a 2012 Jimny, But if you want to be doubly and triply sure, you can also measure your belt, and you can chop it or not. You can use a bit of string. I just thought it'd be fun to chop it and be destructive. And just measure out the belt like that. And we can now work out that is 4PK 955 or 996. There you go, 4PK 960. So jump on the blower and grab one of them, and we'll have a brand new belt.
I just want to take a second to thank the sponsor of this build series, Shit Beer.
Driving four-wheel drives makes you very thirsty. So go and grab yourself an icy cold shit beer. Alright, it's time to finish getting this engine out and then prep the new motor ready to go into the Jimny. Okay people, it is time to remove this pristine 1.3 litre engine with only 50,000 kilometres on the clock and replace it with whatever mystery box we bought off eBay.
All right, so we've disconnected everything from the engine. I've just taken off the engine mounts. Isaac is under the car at the moment, making sure there's nothing else attached. And now the little Jimny 1.3 litre can go
in the bin. I've been prepping the 1.5 from our Swift. Our Jimny engine's a little bit cleaner than the Swift one, but they're NA motors that have probably had a reasonably easy life, so it will be totally fine. Just got to transplant a bunch of stuff from this motor to that motor. We can't do it till the motor's out, so that's the next step.
After a lot of engine craning, pry bars, yelling and swearing, eventually the 1.3 litre engine is free.
How good's that, boys?
So good.
So much good.
I've never had to do this in my Range Rover Evoque. Hey, my Range Rover Evoque, I can basically just like go and buy as much coffee as I want, as many times a day as I want.
Yeah, no one's falling for it, Martin.
What are you talking about?
No one's falling for the fact that you own a Range Rover Evoque or an RS4 or a Tesla or any of the other crap that you talk on this show.
What do you mean? That's how I get my coffees, man. You've got to get your single origin, kombucha-infused, bacteria-driven goat milk latte.
Stop it.
And you drive there in your Range Rover Evoque. Or your, I don't know, whatever you've got that's...
Or your big stroked Jimny.
with a giant big block in the front
Awesome,
of it.
there'll be a few big strokes going on in there, I reckon.
Dude, big block in the mud box. So Isaac, these engines look basically identical.
Yeah.
And we worked out before it's like different rods, different crank.
Yeah, that's right. So they're the same height. All they did was change the rod length and the crank, and as a result, the engine's cubic. So now it's like 78 by 78. So on paper,
Yep.
the M15 is probably a better engine, you know, for higher revs and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It can sustain that longer and theoretically probably last longer.
This has
as well.
variable valve timing, so does this
Yes.
one, but the older ones didn't, right?
That's right.
Okay, so other differences are that's got a different water pump because it's rear-wheel drive.
Yep.
Different sump. You
Yep.
can see this one got a giant aluminium one. That's got like a classic pressed
Yep.
steel thing.
Yep.
And it's also, this is a front sump and that's a rear sump.
Yep.
What other differences can you see?
The only other thing is the oil filter mount. So this one is pointing oil filter down, and we actually need to move this thread off this block directly onto the M15A block, so the oil filter come out here. Because when you put that in the car, that just hits that engine mount.
Yeah, right.
So people reckon they've done it with a shorter filter, but why would you want a smaller filter? You might as well, give it the biggest filter it can fit.
I mean, I have questions like, it obviously doesn't cost Suzuki any more to make this than that.
No.
So they put a 1.3 in this thing, and that's when it starts being all about emissions and sales markets and capacities, and it was always a 1.3. So it's just in a way, this is a miniaturised version of that.
It is.
Because there's more Swifts than Jimnys, you reckon?
That's right. Well, it probably costs more to have this out there. This is the only one that has an M13. Like, only vehicle has M13A in it. So.
Oh well, there'll be Suzuki and Jimny nerds out there that'll know the reason why.
Oh, totally.
But this seems like this is my favourite kind of swap because you're just bolting factory stuff onto a factory motor and slap it in.
Absolutely. And the fact that the factory engine management will still run that motor fine makes it so cool. And I've heard of people going all the way up to the 1.8 litre motors and still running them with the factory ECU, which I wouldn't do. I think that's just too much of a capacity change. But proof's in the pudding. Same injectors, same sensors between the motors. They're managed same way, same compression ratio. There's really not a hell of a lot we're gaining other than some stroke.
I reckon this has had an easier life than this.
Absolutely.
But I don't think it matters for a little small capacity NA Revy thing anyway.
Totally.
So we're going to use as much good gear off this as we can and junk anything that looks a bit old and oily.
Although internally the two engines are more or less the same, there's some stuff that Suzuki bolted on the outside of it that suits either the Jimny or the Swift. Being that the Jimny is a north-south configuration, it needs the coolant in and out pointed in different directions to the transverse mounted Swift. Luckily they made it easy for us in that all you have to do is remove some engine mount studs and swap the coolant thermostat piping and you're good to go. It's way easier to have the engines next to each other on stands so you don't lose track of what bolts go where. Also keep an eye out for anything that requires a new layer of sealant. We're also swapping the main pulley to suit the Jimny accessories and belts. And finally the sump and pickup is being swapped over, and all this will need a nice clean layer of sealant to prevent a Jimny sized oil slick up the road.
We've been transferring everything from that to that, about to take the sump off, but a courier just brought this.
Mad progress.
And I don't know if it's Jimny related.
Oh, dude.
Yes.
HP. It's like they knew. It's like
That's great.
It's like Turbo Edition. So this.
Oh, right angle.
Yes.
Let's hope we don't need that.
Look, look.
Look at this.
Dude, that's mad. I've already made it dirty the first 2 minutes that we owned it.
Oh,
Look at it!
look at it.
Freaking massive if you have a battery.
Oh, dude, feel the oomph of it. Fire out, look at that.
That's mad. Let's try it on this.
Let's just use it
I want
immediately.
to try it on this immediately. Oh. Sick.
Ryobi's HP range are basically a more powerful version of the tools with more battery runtime and longer motor life. We've been using Ryobi tools for years, so it's awesome now to have a more powerful option. And yes, you may have noticed, the inside of this engine is absolutely disgusting.
All right, so we've got the sump off our 1.5 and we've flipped it over. It's very clear that this has not been nearly as loved as our 1.3, which was sort of slowly noticing. It's just, this is what happens when you don't change your oil often enough. Just goes a bit sludgy and stuff. At this point, can you ring up your records and say, give us another one? You could, but this came from interstate, so it would take ages and slow us down. That is why, service your vehicles, people. Also, particularly service your vehicle if you think your vehicle's engine might end up in someone else's car that's doing skids.
This filthy 1.5 litre engine is about to get the nice clean sump and pickup from our 1.3 litre. Having the engine side by side makes it really easy to swap over all the different parts that we need.
always a good feeling when you're swapping something on your car, when you're going from something really old and crusty like this to something beautiful, clean and new like this. Except we're not. This is the engine that we pulled out that's going
In the bin!
and this is the one that's going in.
Removing the rocker cover of the 1.3 litre engine reveals a beautifully maintained, nice and clean engine. Meanwhile, I'm not sure exactly what we're going to find underneath the rocker cover of our eBay engine. Surprise, surprise, it is absolutely disgusting. It looks like a chocolate cake's exploded inside it, and I'm starting to question my life choices. But it's not all about looks, of course, it's all about the power. So this conversion is continuing full steam ahead as Marty slazzes up the new sump to go on the 1.5.
All right, I have slazzed up this sump ready to go back on with some black slaz. Not quite as much as was on there before.
And it's also become evident that our eBay engine is in much more dire cleanliness than the one we're taking up. But it's not about that. It's about the displacement.
It is.
Because there's no replacement.
Yeah,
I don't
especially
think
when
anyone
it's-
ever says that about a 1.5 litre engine.
I don't think they But it is big block, and it's like your option is to either go and get another one, which might also be as dirty, but it is just like, it's just glaze and stuff.
Yeah.
It still doesn't have 500,000 Ks on it, which is where you'd start to get worried.
I
It'll be
mean,
fine. It's gonna be fine.
are we sure it doesn't?
Plus, we're gonna change the oil on this one. So
Which
we'll
is
be
what the
fine.
previous owner never did.
That's right.
What a treat.
This is hard to hold.
So once that goes on, we're also swapping over the rocker cover as well, because that changes where the dipstick goes.
That's right.
Something like that. So, Martin, that's pretty good. That's great. Let's start finger doodling some of these in, I reckon. It's looking good, mate.
Fingers crossed.
Sweet.
Our new rear sump is firmly attached to the new block, and now we can flip the engine over and install our rocker cover gasket. Sometimes these can go again, but they're so cheap and readily available for this car, so a new one is cheap insurance against annoying leaks. Next, we're going to attach some of the cooling system lines, then bolt on the engine mounts.
The 1.5 litre engine came with a plastic intake manifold, so we're swapping that out for the metal one that came on the original Jimny engine. Next up, the water pump is getting installed, then Marty and Isaac are going to check over all the connections. It has been an absolutely epic day, and with all of our parts ordered and most of the components transplanted onto the 1.5 litre, this engine is almost ready to go into the car.
These spark plugs have been torqued to 250 Supermans, and I got one!
Did you?
I got one!
Are you sure it didn't just jump off the spot? I think that was the socket jumping off the plug, or the plug snapping in two.
I think I
But
just,
yeah, they're really tight. Someone has put them in with a breaker bar. Did you get it?
I got one.
Well done. That means you're 201 Supermans.
What about this one?
Oh, look at it. Dude, you're travelling me across. That's 200 and Supermans of...
That one's not coming out.
No, you're going to get it. You're going to get it.
I should call my mum, see what she
Do you
reckons.
reckon she'll know?
Yeah. Playing with cars, what are you playing with?
I can imagine that. I'm playing with weeding around jacaranda trees. I'd rather be fiddling around with cars, I think.
Quick question, we've got an engine here out of a Suzuki Swift and the spark plugs are stuck. Do you know, have you got any ideas how we'd get them out?
Okay, well, look, there are a couple of old-fashioned ideas. I know some of the old-timers out the bush used to put a bit of spit on and it would turn, or a dob of olive oil, but I think the best thing you can do is get a jack and just send it.
because it works perfectly.
Wow.
With a couple of the spark plugs successfully dacked out, we're installing a new oil filter thread into the Swift engine block because the configuration is different to the Jimny one. Now I'm back on the hand tools, and that is another one out. And now we can see that it looks like they've never been changed. They are filthy.
Oh, mate, it's really nuts. Like, I can't believe they're in that tight. Look how crushed these washers were. But also, check out the porcelain. Like, I'm used to reading porcelain on plugs with old cars, right? Tells you, like, how much fuel it's running, what sort of timing. You can see all the ground straps are all slightly rounded over on all the edges. And there's, like, a little bit of a tinge of green on this one. It's almost yellow on the porcelain. So usually I look at that to see how it's fueling, and this motor's been running really hot.
Yeah.
Like, and for a long time. There's a good chance these have not been out. Maybe since new.
Which would make sense though, right? Because we saw that some things on the side of the engine appeared to be melted.
Yes, the knock sensor just was like melted to nothing. We actually swapped the other one from the other motor onto this, which are the same part. And it looks like it's never had an oil change.
No, it doesn't look like
it. So
it.
this is consistent with what we've found so far with the rest of the motor.
Martin, what are you looking at over there,
Top
mate?
of the pistons are filthy too. They're just crap all over them. But I mean, they look... They're there.
The engine's thrashed, isn't it? Like, let's just be honest.
Yeah, it is. Trash bad. It's going to make a lot of smoke and grot when we first
If it
start it. What is
starts.
that? What do you reckon that is just sitting on top of the piston?
It's just carbon.
Look
oh,
at
wow,
that.
no, there's a piece there.
There's like a thing there. Let's get a magnet down there and just make sure that's not made out of metal. But I can see it like it's a big... It could have fallen off the piston. It's gross, isn't it? Look at it. These borescope inspection cameras, by the way, are really cheap off the internet, and it's just a really easy way to get a little bit of insight into what's going on in a situation like this. Also handy for checking what's in your toilet. So I can see that both pistons are covered in stuff. It could just be like greasy, oily crap that came out when the spark plugs came out, because those holes would have been filled as well. Did it stick? Tell me that's not metal. Is it metal?
That's all metal, feel it. It's pieces of metal.
Well, that's not great. Do you want to see if any of these... What about this one? There's some in there as well.
eBay engine.
Yeah, so I guess it's not eBay's fault. It's the person that advertised on eBay, right?
That's a chunk. That's an actual
a big
chunk
chunk?
of metal. Yeah, big chunk of metal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good.
Okay, so plugs back in and the starter up.
Yeah. Now, I don't know how long these plugs have been in there or if they were ever changed at all. You can see the difference between the old and new here. Now, I don't know how these were installed, but I'm going to show you how to install these. You want to put them in, first of all, by hand. You can get a bit of hose. Putting it in by hand means that you're not at a risk of kind of cross-threading it. So we're going to put that in, twist it like that. We can feel it going all the way in. And then once it gets to a point that that is seated, which is about there, then all you need to do is get your ratchet on there, and you're going to give it a 1/2 to 2/3 of a turn, but a 1/2 is going to be enough. So we're just going to go 1/2 to 2/3, done. That is it. And put them in dry. You don't need to lube them up.
With the first new spark plugs in what could be 100 years, this engine should be running much better once we actually get it going. There's only a few more little things to do while the engine is out of the car, and then we're ready to get it off the engine stand and onto the engine crane, ready to be installed in the Jimny.
With the engine off the stand and back on the crane, we can install the original Jimny flex plate that mates the engine to the automatic gearbox.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Big block in the mud box.
Look at that, mate.
That's great. I love this bit. How we going? We got room?
Good so far. Just a lot of loomage over here.
I like that the engine faces the correct direction. Don't you?
I don't mind,
Because
man.
it used to face the other way, and now it's always going to be 90 degrees the other way.
It's right-wheel drive now.
You're too low at the front, I reckon. It's got to go... Can it go that way? Can we do it?
What we need is one of those things that adjusts the angle.
Nah.
How many Supermans are you? Maybe when it sits on the engine mounts, we might get it square up.
Yeah,
Look at
that's
the
true.
front. Let's watch the front.
Hold on a
Watch
sec.
the front.
I got a bit of clearance here.
Watch your hands and stuff, dudes.
Yeah.
Coming down.
Yeah, it's going to land on this engine mount. So hold there. Can we come forward a little bit?
Towards me?
Yeah, no, towards the back of the car, sorry, this way. Yeah, and then that's going to land on this engine mount.
From this point, we just have to wrangle the engine in by pushing, pulling, raising and lowering until everything lines up. That's it, the engine mounts are done up and the Swift engine is in the Jimny. Next up, we're installing a brand new radiator and then we have to reconnect everything in the engine bay to the big block engine. Now that the engine's in, I can also install some headers that I bought online. These are a really great way of getting a little bit of extra power out of a naturally aspirated engine.
So these here are some headers that I bought on eBay. As we said before, the engine costs around $700. The headers cost $400. The engine will give us around 30 horsepower extra. The headers will give us about 2. But we're here, it's here, so we are putting them on. And as long as they actually fit, which hopefully they should. There we go. Look at that. That's a performance upgrade. And the ECU doesn't need to be... The ECU doesn't need any reprogramming or retuning. It will just automatically unleash the extra power, even with the injectors, the stock injectors that are on there, which is pretty cool. Probably because this car and this engine's a little bit old school, that works. I don't think that would float on a newer car, but for this, it definitely does. And we probably will be floating when we're out in the mud holes.
I am so excited about bringing this older Jimny's power up to similar numbers as the more modern Jimny, and every single kilowatt will be utilised as we've added quite a bit of weight with our bar, racks, mud tyres, and we're going to be installing a winch in case either of us gets stuck once we're out bush. It really is all about the power to weight ratio, and as it turns out, we're increasing both. But when we're all done, this is going to be an awesome and super capable little off-road nugget that's come a long way since its spiritual birth as a K car in Japan. For some reason, our direct replacement radiator doesn't fit, so after trying a number of different ways of trying to cram it in there, I did what any sensible person should do and stuck a cable tie through it.
All right, this is where we're at. Engine's in, radiator's in. The loom is fighting us because we may have put the engine in prematurely, if that's possible. So that needs some fendangling, which Marty is doing. I've plugged in all of the connections at the bottom of the radiator. Now it's time to put some oil in this car for the first time possibly ever. And what better oil to put in, people, than the mighty Car Mods Edition Castrol Edge. And now, Martin, this car will have the oil it needs for the performance it demands for the big stroke in the big block in the mud box. I'm so excited. We're going to be starting the car today, people. You can mark my words. Yeah.
With our own oil in our own car, we are just minutes away from turning the key for the very first time in our engine-swapped Jimny.
We've got a bit of a fight on our hands reinstalling the engine loom as it does some weird back and forth loops around the engine bay. We need to connect the sensors and the ignition wires as well as the starter motor wiring. Our thermofan has been reattached, so now we can grab our trusty funnel bucket, which is an excellent tool for filling and bleeding cooling systems. Being that we replaced the radiator and it's a different block completely, the whole engine should be bone dry, meaning it will need to be completely refilled and bled.
Sometimes modifications can have questionable or controversial results, but going from a 1.3 litre to a 1.5 litre with a bolt-in engine that costs just $700 off eBay should be a bargain by anyone's definition. With our final checks taking place and a new air filter just installed, we are ready to turn the key, with fingers crossed that this munted engine is actually going to work.
Our M15A engine is in. It's pretty much 10 to 12 hours to pull the other one out, put that one in. I'm confident it won't start because the engine is thrashed. And in fact, if it does start, I'm guaranteeing you now, I'm going to do a shoey with some shit beer.
Oh, really?
Straight up. Yeah.
A shoey?
Yep.
You're keen,
because that's
if it
how
starts.
confident I am that it's not going to work. Nothing that we've done, just that the engine is thrashed.
I reckon it's going to be noisy and stinky. I don't reckon it's going to work.
Well, let's
All right.
find
Here
out.
we-
All
did you
right,
put oil
turn
in
in the
it?
key. I put oil in it. It's got coolant.
All right, key off. Hang on, I've got to put your negative strap on.
I was going to
You
say,
ready?
yeah.
All right, moment of truth.
All right, here we go. We got lights. We got that. Here we go, people.
It's got no comp. Does that have no comp?
I don't know, bro.
Does that sound like it's got no comp?
Go again.
It finally happened. We've been so lucky, man.
Go again.
Go again. It just sounds
No
like an
shoey
engine.
for me.
Sounds like an engine turning over that's not actually making any compression. Does it have spark plugs in it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are they done up?
Are the coils connected? I don't think the coils are connected.
Yeah, I plugged them in.
Yeah?
We're going to check everything and we're going to try again. That sounds like it's got no comp, or it's leaking, or I don't know. That just sounds wrong.
The underneath of the car,
There's a
Martin,
lot of coolant. But
Can you see how much coolant's down there?
here's the thing, right? The coolant's not coming, like the obvious thing at the back of the engine, heater hose,
Yes.
you know, like coolant
that goes
circuits.
into the heater matrix,
Yeah,
yes.
all the stuff, but it's not coming out of there.
Okay, so where's it coming
The
out of?
coolant's coming out of the exhaust pipe.
That litres of it.
Yeah, which
Litres and litres of it.
which I think the engine's completely rat shit and it's so bad it's got a cracked water jacket and it's just coming straight out.
We try and find out what's wrong with our engine and see if the eBay seller is going to give us our money back.
Yeah, I bought an engine from you guys via eBay and it appears to be blown, so I just wanted to chat with someone about swapping it over. It's been a long day. Let's see if we can fix it or buy another engine.
At this point, we're still trying to see if there is any way that we somehow got something wrong during the installation. But there's just no way that we can see that there is anything that we could have accidentally done that would result in litres of coolant spewing out of the exhaust. It's a real mystery, but we are going to get to the bottom of it, even if it means we need to tear this engine all the way down.
We've done a little bit more investigation. I went and checked on the M13 block as well to make sure that we haven't plugged it into the wrong spot, and I don't think we have. There's a fitting there that could be vacuum or could be coolant based on where it is, but it's connected into the cooling system. So the risk was that we'd actually put coolant into the intake manifold, but guess what? There's zero coolant in the intake manifold. So
Just a bit of
we
oil.
haven't filled the intake manifold, so how else is the coolant getting from the cooling system into the exhaust? The answer is very likely a cracked block. What's your theory, Isaac?
I don't know. I mean, the amount of water that's on the floor has got me concerned. It's more like a hose. It wasn't connected. But I can't see a fitting that we've missed. Like the heater's fine.
Yep.
That reroute that we swapped over from the other motor seems to all be intact. Even the length and the shape of the hoses are right to where we've connected things.
Because we've swapped over the intake manifold, it's actually the same. Like this part is the same. It's only this that's different.
Yeah,
And we haven't plugged anything else into the wrong spot. So straight away I thought maybe we've plugged in something in incorrectly. But
Yep.
even the factory hose on the M13 It's exactly that shape.
Exactly that. And I know it's like some Honda things, if you use the incorrect intake manifold, you actually leave a coolant line exposed and potentially could...
Yeah, on our Civic.
On your Civic,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm concerned that could be the case with this, but when I did mine, it just wasn't an issue.
No.
It just went straight on.
It's been done so many times, and there's no coolant in there,
So
which
well
means it's
documented.
not getting into the intake it's not getting into the head through the intake
Because it
manifold.
would have poured down that way too.
And it would also have to suck the water up.
That's
from
right.
But Isaac, here's my question. I reckon there's 5 litres of coolant on the ground.
Yeah.
Could a cracked engine block, by turning the car over for 8 seconds, spit out 5 litres of coolant?
I just don't think so.
I don't think so.
It's just like there's a barb somewhere with me. It's something stupidly obvious.
I'm dumping the oil now, and we'll just see if the rest of the coolant's in there. Oh, it's green. The oil is just green.
There you go.
The filter bucket, the funnel bucket was just bubbling away like crazy. So it was just drawing in everything that was there
Yes.
and passing it through like a big water pump.
Yes. Oh, it was sucking the coolant in, wasn't it? Using vacuum, engine vacuum.
Yes.
So where's it getting supplied from though?
The intake manifold is really the only option.
So then it's got to be a cracked block.
Yeah. That's like a hole in a block though. We didn't see that when we had to poke it around in the sump yesterday.
Couldn't the head gasket be like catastrophically blown as well?
Yes.
That's my bet. The reason I think maybe catastrophically blown head gasket is, why was this car at a wrecker in the first place? Was it crashed? Yeah, okay, maybe. When it was crashed, did the radiator get smashed? Was the thing still running? The knock sensor looked like it had gotten really hot, which sometimes is because the thing has gotten so hot that it melts everything around it.
Yeah.
And that often cracks heads, blows head gaskets. And from the outside of the engine, you can't tell. So we just got stung by a crappy wrecker engine potentially.
Yeah,
because I don't think it's operator error based on, there's not enough connections to get wrong here.
No, it's all pretty self-explanatory what we've done. I just can't see there being many other options.
Well, dudes, it was a great 2 days hanging out and doing it.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
result is not amazing, but it's also, we just have to slap another engine in it now, don't we?
Yeah, that's it. We can turbo the 1.3.
I'm going to beep all that. What do you want to do, man? It's your vehicle. It might, you know what? You might actually need one of these. You know? Even if it is shit.
I think there was 2 eBay listings for these engines. I bought this one. I think now I'll buy the other one.
Okay. Try our luck.
Have you tried typing K24 into eBay?
No, because there's no purity in that, man.
No, there's none.
It's too mysterious for me. The outcome is too mysterious for me to make a definitive claim on, with the limited amount of education
I'm voting
I have about it.
catastrophically cracked head or block or head gasket from being overheated is my guess. But I could be wrong. Maybe it's something simple.
There was stuff melted on it.
Yeah.
The spark plugs were hot.
Yeah.
But this video's on YouTube, right? I mean, everything always works, doesn't it? Like, everything always works on YouTube. So maybe we can't upload this to YouTube.
No, it's just... I don't know. I'm kind of one of those rare times I've got nothing to say.
That is actually incredible. And on that bombshell. All right, good. Well, we're going to have to find another engine. So I'm going to go and start
I'm going to ring these people right
browsing
now.
the internets. That's a
Because
good
this
idea.
engine has 30 days warranty. I'm going to ring them right now and say your engine's rooted.
Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say that it is.
I mean, we all had, as we were doing it, we're all going, holy shit, like this engine looks like rubbish. And maybe that intuition, that educated intuition was actually correct.
There's nothing to get wrong. There's literally
There's nothing to
1 or 2 points where coolant enters and exits the engine.
So what you're saying is catastrophic head gasket failure, and that would do this. No coolant.
Oh, yeah.
And just
It
take
push-
coolant from there into the cylinder.
It'll push
out the
water.
exhaust.
And any comp that it is making is going and sucking all
That
the coolant
was
out.
bubbling like mad as you were
was.
cranking the engine like a big water pump.
And those plugs got wet instantly. And
Yeah. Okay.
so, yeah, no coolant in it. I don't reckon it's going to start at all, or it'll sound really upset.
What we're going to do is we're actually going to run a compression test ourselves now. So we're going to, first of all, try and get rid of all the liquid that's in it, just by taking the spark plugs out and turning it over and try and clean all of that out. Then we're going to, Marty's down there now disconnecting the radiator, just getting rid of any other liquid that's in there. Then we will compression test it, see what the results of that are, and if that looks reasonable, then we'll try and run the car without coolant just to see if it starts at all. I bought this engine 28 days ago, it comes with 30 days warranty. So depending on how that goes, we might call up the shop that sold it to me and have a little chat with them.
By now, we were meant to be driving the Jimny. The most disappointing thing is not the money that's been sunk into the motor or possibly not getting a refund from the wrecker. It's the days that it took to install this, all the consumables, all the time and the effort, and now all of that will have to be done again from scratch.
We have put new oil in it. It's still draining a little bit of coolant just out the bottom of the radiator. We don't want any water in this system. Now we've taken the spark plugs out. We're going to crank it because if there's any water left in the cylinders, it's going to go patoink. And if it doesn't go patoink, then it's either getting out somewhere else or I guess we're going to find out.
All right, here we go.
Watch your eyes.
Hey!
Check out the roof.
Oh, wow. Well, it definitely had water in it. But hey, that was specific to one cylinder, did you notice?
It was the back one.
Was it the back one?
The other spark plug was like greeny orange.
Wait, was that number?
That was number 4.
Yeah,
The one
so
we
that's
said
the one
earlier.
that's screwed.
And it went sweat.
Yeah, so that had a cylinder full of water and the others just had a little bit of schmutz.
But also, when we took the spark plugs out before, it was that spark plug
Same
that was
plug.
all burnt and all boned.
That's it.
So cylinder 4's cracked.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Yeah,
Quite an issue.
yes.
You know what I think we should do with this engine? In the bin.
Let's compression test it anyway.
Let's compression test it with some extra coolant for lubrication. This motor is completely and utterly...
I'm glad we put it in.
Yeah, same. It was fun. I mean, it was fun hanging out.
This is
There
the
you go.
this is the one that's I'm keen to see.
Dead. She's dead.
I mean, so what should happen is you buy an engine from a wrecker, you ask for the compression test results, you hope that they've actually done it. Benny, aka Mechanical Stig, used to work at a shop and they would have to do that. They'd get half cuts out, you'd have to comp test every single one. This wasn't. Don't know why. Couldn't be bothered. Hope for the best. Maybe they have a good hit rate, but...
We're about to find out why, people, because we're going to give them a call. Oh, g'day there. I just wanted to find out about some warranty. I bought an engine from you guys via eBay and it appears to be blown, so I just wanted to chat with someone about swapping it over.
Generally, it's best to go into the eBay messages. What engine was it?
It's a M15A for a Swift, Suzuki Swift.
Right, yeah, and when was it purchased?
28 days ago.
Right, yeah, and what do you mean it appears to be blown? These engines are hard to kill.
And there's no compression on any of the cylinders and it's blowing coolant out the exhaust.
Okay. These engines have been steam cleaned and washed down. Sometimes they can be a bit sticky on the valves. We have suggested to a lot of people and it seems to work, and you never hear from anyone again to actually just to put a bit of oil down each of the cylinders overnight and just let it sit there and to soak in, because that's what can cause them not to actually fire up properly, because these things don't die. What was wrong with your first car?
Oh no, we're just swapping from a 1.3 litre to a 1.5 litre.
Can you send a picture of that?
It's all over the floor now.
But you can refill it back up.
Wow, that's like super dismissive, wasn't it?
Wow.
Like, it's pumping back to the radiator. And I know that warranty with these things is often like, we're not going to warrant our engine if you put it with a crappy old cooling system.
Yeah.
And also, he asked just then, what was wrong with your old engine?
Yeah.
As in trying to say maybe it's something else with your car, not our engine. That's wrong, but that's an odd one.
Yeah, basically what they said was that they steam cleaned the motor. That's probably why it doesn't work.
And that if we put oil down the valves, then that might free it up. But I don't know what relation that has to pissing coolant out everywhere through an exhaust pipe.
Then he also asked if the radiator was bubbling back up, which I said yes, and he said he wants to see a photo or a video of that, and I said that it was all over the floor.
So
he said fill it back up.
So
and
in
do
this
it again.
situation, you're supposed to fill your car back up and then make it piss coolant again
I think so.
to get warranty. Oh man, that's messed up. No, it's fine. It just needs a bit of oil down the valves. That'll fix it. That'll bring the comp back up from 0 to 180. Especially in cylinder 2 where it was 20 psi. That's only going to come up 160. Easy. Bit more oil.
Let's send them their photo.
Should we send them a YouTube link of this video?
So everything we did, we're going to start reversing that and start pulling stuff out and
Sucks so bad.
pulling it out again. Wreckers don't sound like they're going to play ball. Nope. I thought they might go, oh, sorry, dudes, that sounds bad. But all they said was that you can't kill these engines, and then they wanted to see videos and photos, evidence.
Which there's plenty of, and when they watch this episode, they'll see it. So here's the thing, right? So say, like, lucky for us, this is a cheap engine, like reasonably cheap. Because if you'd bought a engine for my STI, it'd be like $3 or $4 grand, and the same thing could happen.
Yes.
Like, luckily, this is a cheap one. But if you ring up a wrecker that's got like a warranty thing, and you follow the warranty instructions which is new radiator, new water pump, new basically everything, which we did.
Yes.
And then when you ring up and give them a very straight like synopsis of what happened, and they say, oh, and they sort of start to doubt you, it's kind of shit because like this could be your big mod that you're going to do for the year right before you go on a massive trip with something you've saved up all this time and effort to do and all the money for the extra stuff that you've now got to rip apart. Yep. Or you've paid a mechanic and you've paid a couple of grand in labour.
Yep.
Then what? Like this happens to people. I mean, we've been pretty lucky with like wrecker engines in the past. Like Too Sexy wrecker engine, I blew the head gasket on that.
Yeah.
And at Sydney Motorsport Park, if I rang the wrecker afterwards and said, my engine blew up, it's your fault. Like, come on.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm on a racetrack doing 200 k's an hour.
Yeah, fair's fair.
We started this like for the first 3 seconds, and it was obviously cactus.
And well, before it even went in the car, we all had our doubts. Before I started, I said I'd drink beer out of my shoe. I don't like beer, and I don't like liquid coming off my feet. Sometimes I do. And so it's like we already were dubious about the condition of the engine anyway.
Yeah.
Like all the signs pointed to it being rooted, and it was rooted.
It was.
We're not going to be able to get any definitive answers until we can actually look inside this engine. So we're going to tear it down and see if we can find out what's gone wrong.
This stuff's not wiping off, and I know it's just the sort of the graphite coating on the MLS head gasket, but it appears that there's a lot of fretting on the surface of the head here, and fretting is obviously where you've got movement between two parts, and this shouldn't ever move if it's clamped down, but you can see between these cylinders, I'd almost say that we were breached in that area between these two, and if there's enough of a gap there, then obviously you're going to, a lot of coolant's going to end up in the motor as well, but this is probably where the compression had leaked down. I mean, when we first cranked it over, we all just said we can't hear any comp. It was just spinning freely, like there was no plugs in the motor. This is aluminium, so what happens to aluminium when it exceeds a certain temperature and it's been heat cycled so many times? This becomes soft.
Yeah, right.
So if this is soft, and we don't have any tools to do a rock wool test on it, but if this head was soft, like this may never ever seal again. When you're torquing up all these bolts, you're actually not torquing it up to be a flat surface against another flat surface. This head could be soft, so when it gets hot, it's allowing it to leak.
And that's when we found the actual problem.
Isaac and I hung around last night for a bit longer. We could not find anything wrong with this engine, which was perplexing. We were tired, we were stinky, we were bleeding, and all the recipes for a bad night out, really. And but then we came in this morning and we found something.
I didn't see it though. I saw this head sitting on the ground. I even took a photo of it and went, oh, I guess it looks like it's blown a head gasket, I guess. Like it wasn't anything obvious.
Well, we didn't see it either. And we were still second guessing last night, pumping compressed air into here going, is it possible that we somehow put coolant
a bolt
in the wrong thing? But then how does coolant get from that jacket into here? Well, we now know, people, that just before we look at this, I just want to go through again the wrecker's listing, which is tested guaranteed. That's the listing, tested guaranteed. Guaranteed's in big letters. How did they test that? How did they test it when there's a hole in it?
The comp wouldn't have been great, hey? The comp test.
No comp.
Look at it. Now, I've been messaging them backwards and forwards. I sent them a photo of that, and then they said, send us more photos. I don't know what more photos is meant to show.
Or after it dropped its guts of coolant everywhere, they said, can you fill it up again so we can see it drop its guts of coolant instead of the 10 litres that's under the car?
Yeah, so then they asked for some more photos, and I've been sending them photos of like this and the receipt so they can kind of, I don't know if they're suggesting that maybe it's a Photoshop. I don't know. But first of all, that's been like that for a very long time. Absolutely. And we can see that because because that's corroded. If that had just broken off in the last day or week or 2 weeks, that would be all clean.
Isaac, what's your theory, man? What's your theory?
My theory, this motor has been ridiculously run hot. Like, I mean, to the point where it's been probably getting hot for a long time too. Like, this is not something that's happened in one sort of event, one drive.
Yeah.
This has been an engine that's not been serviced, not cared for, probably had no coolant in it, probably also been in an accident, judging by all the different coloured paint we found on the block and the various parts. I mean, yesterday's giveaway, we found sensors that were melted.
Yes.
Like it'd been in a fire. I mean, but you don't see this from a fire. This is 100% neglect.
Or / stolen car.
Yeah.
Right? A car that's just sitting on the rev limit the whole way.
Yeah, trying
like
to
Like Marty
it.
and Too Sexy down the main straight at Sydney Motorsport
Pretty much.
Park.
What about rust on the back of the valves? Because that was the first thing I noticed that made me sort of question it. Because on the outside of the engine, when they say steam cleaned, often that just means the outside is steam cleaned. And you go, wow, it looks so shiny and new. We pulled the rocker cover off, that was disgusting. We pulled the sump off, that was grot. I mean, we knew along the way that it wasn't going to be great. But also, we'd put in engines like that before and they work and they go for years. So you don't really know. But rust on the back of the valves, what's the theory with that?
It's either maybe the thing had been through some water and
Yeah,
maybe it
flood?
hydrolocked before and this was its pressure release when it happened. Maybe this went through a flood.
Yeah.
Maybe more simply than that, it was a really bad engine, hadn't been looked after, yes, but maybe the wreckers pulled it out and actually stored it outside for a period. Yeah. Valves don't stay closed just because your engine is off. Yeah. There's certain cylinders with valves open, so we're talking moisture ingress, heat, condensation, things that would just happen over time, and this could have sat there for 3 years.
Isn't this a 15-year-old engine?
It is.
Now, is it possible, because I've just got another message from this guy, he said this motor was run up and was running fine. How? How does it run fine with a hole in it?
Despite this hole though, like last night, I was reviewing our photos, that the head gasket wasn't sealing on the barrels.
Yeah, because we knew that there was something wrong with number 4. But look in here.
Look at the sleeves. You can actually see that there was only these small areas that were sealing on the sleeves. These 2 centre cylinders have been cooked. And these, just to clarify, these are iron sleeves in an aluminium block. So when you get to a certain temperature, these start to move independent of each other.
Yeah.
So these could actually sink into the block or they can actually raise to that deck. So they may have had no comp. And one cylinder may have been trying to fire off and there was no chance the back one was. So I don't see any chance that this was running as a tested motor, like 0 chance.
So it's pushing it back onto the customer in a way, isn't it, by sort of going, look, we're going to sell 100 engines and 3 of them will be bad. That's 3% hit rate. We'll deal with that. We'll pay the freight back. We'll refund them. Or just refund them because you've already put the labour in.
Yeah.
And so you just give them the money back and go, problem solved. Everyone's happy. But is everyone happy? Like, it takes a lot of time.
But don't guarantee it then. Like, just go, you know what? Like, you know, these engines might cost $1,200. We're going to sell it for $500 because it's untested. That's on you. You still get warranty anyway. The problem is it took so long to get down here. You get 30 days warranty. Today is day 29.
Yeah.
So, but it took a couple of weeks to get down here. So your first half of the warranty is gone. So really what we're going to do now is we're going to put all of this in a box.
First, we're going to take that out.
And send it back to them. The other thing, though, is that they go, I'll send it back and we'll give you a refund. So you get your $700 back. What about your coolant? What about your oil? Yeah. What about your spark plugs? Yeah. What about your time? I mean, we're hanging out because we want to do it, and but what if you'd just taken this to a shop?
Look at the melted piston.
Did you just notice that?
I did. Sorry, that edge of the piston's melted. We were so tired last night, we missed all of this. That is completely obvious to me and just clarifies how hot this motor got.
Yeah, okay. Wow.
I just don't know how you could beat on a Suzuki Swift that hard to do this much damage unless you'd pump 30 pounds of boost through the thing.
You know,
no fuel.
hole in the radiator, drain all the coolant, ignore the temperature gauge, keep driving, cook it, take it to the wreckers and go, you know, give them $500 for it. They sell the engine for $700, keep the change.
I've got a plan, Martin.
Okay.
Of
course you do.
No, because here's the thing. When you get given lemons, you know what you do? Throw that shit in the bin and go buy an orange. So I'm going to buy another engine.
Yeah, good.
Not from them. from someone else.
Probably a wise move.
And then all we do is the next 2 to 3 episodes of Mighty Car Mods is just the last 2 or 3 we've already done again. Because those videos are still just as relevant. We're going to have to do the
If you
exact
want to
same
watch
thing
how
again.
if you want to watch how
it's in
we're
the
going to
oil.
swap, oh, for real? It's like the 4th tool that's gone in there. If you want to watch how we're going to swap a 1.5 into our Jimny, just rewind the previous episode and watch it again and imagine it's actually a different engine. And it's basically the same because it's going to happen.
On Facebook, we'll go, hey guys, the new engine's going in, and I'll just link the old video.
Yeah, and except if we did it again, it'd just be a bit more cranky. We've got to do this again. Oh, no. I dropped it in the oil.
You just dropped that in the oil deliberately.
Not on purpose.
I
didn't do it on purpose.
You just dropped it in the oil deliberately.
What's for lunch?
It's not lunchtime, man.
What time
it's breakfast time.
Is it?
We have to pull this shit out now.
Oh, yeah, we do.
And then we have to send it back.
And it was at this point that Marty decided to leave the wreck as a special drawing on top of one of the pistons.
This is the most juvenile thing I've ever seen. And we will be blurring all of that so that we don't get demonetized.
No, it's just, all I've written is do not buy.
It makes it pretty awkward when we return that now, but also pretty awesome. If you want to support the show, you can get a Mighty Car Mods hoodie, you can get a Mighty Car Mods hat, you can fender covers.
Let's pull this motor out. That'll be so fun. Let's do it. The first step
is don't buy an engine that's shit. If you think you're getting your pliers back, think again, because I'm holding these suckers hostage until I get my damn refund.
Are you feeling good now your Jimny works?
It doesn't work.
What?
Martin's trying to blow my surprise.
What's the surprise?
I'll show you, Martin. I'm going to lift the hood.
What, the surprise is that it has an engine? That's the surprise? I've got a car and it's got an engine. Well, cliffhanger.
Well, that is actually pretty...
It looks exactly like the one that came out, and it looks exactly like the one that came out before that.
All right, so a couple of our mates, Isaac and Paulie, they helped us do this again because, as you probably saw last time, the engine didn't work. Now, if you want to see how we installed this engine, just go back and watch the other videos.
The only difference being that right at the end when you start it doesn't shoot coolant and hit the roof. It actually just starts and drives like a normal car. So.
Well, we're going to find out today. We're going to take the people for a drive with us. There's been a couple of other little changes since you saw it last time. We have installed a winch. It is currently untested, so today we will be testing that because I'll probably need to winch his ass out of a ditch at some point. If he tries to drift in his micro again and ends up in a ditch, I'll try and too soon.
Why are you talking rubbish?
What?
Why are you talking rubbish? It also has now, which looks pretty awesome, headers / extractors as they used to be called back in the day.
Yep.
So it's got full exhaust now as well with a cat converter in there and then like a 2-inch.
2-inch performance exhaust. There's a muffler and a resonator because I don't need to be driving around going ah, ah, every time I accelerate.
Nothing like the sound of an auto car with a sports exhaust as well.
So that has happened, and we also have some new tyres, which I'll run through shortly. Today we've got a couple of little jobs to do, and then the Jimny will be finished. So let me show you the tyres, then I'm going to show you what we're doing today, and then we will go for a drive. You'll come with us for the first time. We'll take it to the street. Hopefully we'll find some dirt and see if our massive 1.5 litre engine gives us major advantages over the 1.3 litre engine that it had before. You got to remember from Japan it had a 660cc engine, turbocharged engine, hence the bonnet scoop, which was functional, but in Australia it's fake. So we're over double the original K car size. Still is a K car physical size, but now has a big block 1.5 litre. So I used to have a set of all-terrain tyres on the Jimny, but now because we're going next level, I've got some mud tyres. So these are BF Goodrich Mud Terrain TA KM3s. What is TA? Traction Advantage. Now, why would you run a mud tyre as opposed to an all-terrain tyre? Well, because I'm the host of the world's premier four-wheel driving channel and I have thousands of minutes worth of experience, I'm here to tell you why you would run a mud tyre instead of an all-terrain tyre. The reason... They're better in the mud, the mud tyres. Because they've got bigger sidewalls so you can deflate them more. Oh, yes. These here have a bigger sidewall, so they're more resistant to punctures. It means you can lower the pressure a bit if you want to hop up some rocks, and these have a percentage increase over the previous model. It lets you hop up some rocks. They also, the all-terrains I found going through mud last time, all of these grooves were filling up with mud, so it just became a big, wet, boggy slick, whereas these have a special kind of thing that's meant to pump the mud out. Now, there's some disadvantages also to a mud tyre, which is Marty was just telling me what he wanted for lunch. It's weight and, do you say kebab? Road noise. Oh yeah, because it's thicker rubber. Yeah. Yes, they're heavier. They can be multiple kilos heavier per corner of the car. And why are they heavier? Because there's more rubber in there. So it could be anywhere 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 kilos heavier each corner of the car. But because they're thicker wide wall, more resistant to punctures. But they will be noisier and you may suffer some disadvantages compared to a normal tyre when driving on the road. So really what you've got to work out is your bias of time going to be spent in the mud, because a mud terrain tyre will do better in the mud. An all-terrain tyre is probably going to do close to as well, but is going to be better if you're kind of more, going around the city, getting your coffees. And I think that's all the information I have for you. There was one more thing I just remembered.
The producers are asking if you can just do that whole thing again.
So ultimately the choice is yours, what you run. If you're spending all your time in the mud, get a mud tyre. If you're spending a little bit of time in the track, on the sand, and most of the time on the road, go for an all-terrain tyre. Get a good quality tyre, it's going to work for you. Martin, now that I've finished that quick 30-second clip on which tyre you should use on your four-wheel drive, no, I'm not listening to you anymore.
The producer said it's too long.
Yeah, I don't care.
They said you spoke for too long and are running out of internet. You're literally wasting internet.
Martin is now going to show us all what he's going to be installing today and why. Because I read a thing on the internet that said if you have a four-wheel drive, you have to have big lights on it.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know why.
Ruse.
Because it's already got lights.
Ruse.
There's no ruse where we're going, man.
What?
But I think it's part of the look. It's part
Crocs.
of the thing.
Crocs.
So, Crocs. I got some Crocs recently.
Echidnas.
Okay.
There could be echidnas, and you don't want those little fellas to punch you.
We are literally wasting the internet now.
No, we're not.
We're wasting it.
No one's watching it anyway,
It's going down the toilet.
The other host said they'll come and do it.
We went to Super Cheap Auto, and I don't actually know what I need, but I bought this called an LED driving light because they look like they're going to be aggressive on the front of the Jimny. And I bought a plug-and-play wiring harness. How does it plug and play?
Yes.
How does it know what car we've got?
I don't know. What? The other hosts know how to put them on. But we're going to do it, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Nothing. Let's install it.
We're a four-wheel driving channel.
We're not, dude.
Yes,
Come
we
on,
are.
We're not a four-wheel driving.
We're
talking shit.
No.
We're not a four-wheel nothing, dude.
Yeah, well, I don't know much either.
But why you keep saying we're a four-wheel driving
Well, because so I can learn.
We don't do that with animal husbandry. Like, we're not getting the big gloves and being like, let's watch some YouTube videos about inseminating a sheep.
It's because we don't film ourselves when we do that.
Oh, that's true.
Martin,
goats
we are wasting the internet.
Sorry.
And people are here to be entertained. They're not here to listen to us talk shit.
Well.
Let's be honest.
Arguably the same thing sometimes.
Martin.
Let's install a thing that I have no idea how to do. will be great.
So why would you install some lights on your four-wheel drive? Well, there's a couple of benefits. Number one, when you are driving out and about, it's going to be way easier for you to see and also for other people to see you. A few years ago, Marty and I drove across Australia, and one of the cars that we ended up in was a Ford Capri that we stuck a bull bar on. And the roof didn't go up the top, and it was really cold. And what was scary though is people were like, don't drive at dusk, you know, because there's going to be kangaroos everywhere. But we were also in the middle of nowhere, and we were just like, we had to get places. It probably would have felt a lot better if we actually had some lights to get around. The other benefit is that when you get to camp, it means that you've got some lights so that you can set up all of your bits and pieces. So these are the lights. I've never seen these before, never installed them before, but I gather they're going to have a couple of brackets like this. And they've got, looks like there's a little loom or something in there. We'll work out how that works. I think this here is probably going to mount up here somewhere, and that there is going to be mounting in there. It might have to come forward a little bit because we do need to access the winch in there, but I think it's going to look something like that, basically. So we're going to work out how to do it, and you can come along for the ride.
This is a plug-and-play wiring harness. Now, our lights just come with those. Most often you will wire these in your own way. There's a few ways you can do it. You can wire it onto your high beam switch, but you will need a relay because these will pull a fair bit of current. Even though the LED are not quite as hectic maybe as back in the day, your big halogens, they still need a fair bit of juice. So a directly wired relay to your battery that's triggered by your high beam is one way to do it. Or alternatively, you can put them on a switch or a combination of both so that when the switch is on, high beam's on, they go on, etc. So you have the choice. This wiring harness, they say plug and play. What they really sort of mean is plug and play to the lights. So it's a proper little loom and everything you can just plug the lights into. You still got to do a little bit of customization, but it comes with the relays that I just spoke about, where you can potentially intercept your headlight wiring. If you've got the right plugs on there, you can just plug it straight in and make it super easy. And then looms to go back to wherever you want to put the fog lights. Put them on the front of the car, put them on your roof rack, put them on the back of the car if you want to blind your mates, whatever you want to do. So we're going to work out this and start installing it into our sick Jimny.
Oh, we're not. No, we're not going to install
They
them.
don't fit?
No.
Oh, they're too big?
Yeah.
Because of the winch?
Yes.
Oh.
So,
What's your plan, light bar instead?
yeah, I'll go get a light bar.
Yeah, mad. We can still, we might still use some of this, depending on what comes with the light bar.
I'll be back in a minute.
If we were really good presenters of four-wheel drive shows, we would have known that.
Yeah, but we're not. Are we? No. All right, so the reason that these big spotties are not going to be suitable is that I need to access the clutch winch lever, which is that little lever down there. Now, what that does is disengages the clutch of the winch so that you can free spool it in case you need to pull it out. So currently, if I try and pull this, it's not going anywhere. But if I turn this around and disengage the clutch, now I can free spool it and out it comes, which means if you're kind of stuck in a big muddy ditch somewhere and you need to pull it out, you don't have to just use the button and go like that. Now, some people just cover them completely, but because I haven't had a car with a winch before, I don't actually know if I'm going to need it yet. So I don't think for my next trip in the mud, I should be covering up levers that need to be levered. So when I bought these lights, because clearly I had no idea what I was doing, I also bought some little ones, which are these LED driving lights. These ones are also from Super Cheap. And these, I think, were originally going on the back of Marty's K-Truck, but they're much smaller. There's a little mounting bracket there. And if I mount them there like that, it means I still have full access to that. So instead of putting those massive ones on, I'm just going to put these ones on instead. So I'm going to mount them up, we'll run the wiring, and then we'll show you what else we're doing for this mad little Jimny build.
People have been fitting aftermarket driving lights to their four-wheel drives for years, and now, just like cut springs in Commodores and removing resonators on your Golf GTI, it's just the thing that people do. Originally, people were adding extra lights due to the fairly underwhelming factory headlights of the time, but these days, technology has improved a lot, and factory headlights are probably going to be fine for most people. But that said, more light is always going to be better, particularly if you're bush bashing in the dark. You'll be able to find your tracks better and not get so fatigued squinting all the time, and maybe even scare off a roo before your car hits it and turns it into bolognese. But also, let's be honest, for a lot of people this is definitely a fashion item. If nothing else, it's one of those standard must-do modifications so that you look the part when you're in the Bunnings car park, pretending to be an off-road adventurer with your $100,000 of aftermarket parts that have never seen a single splob of mud. Yes, a splob. With that said, if you are planning on venturing into the wilderness like we are, driving lights are a fairly substantial improvement over the Jimny factory lights, while still being a relatively cheap and easy to install modification. LED lights are a great option for the money with a really fast response time, super bright light, plus they don't draw a lot of power.
All right, that is done, nice and neat. Ready for some off-road adventures. So those are some mad little mods.
Really nice simple wiring for this, using that. I used part of the adapter harness that we had and then part of the stuff that came with it and sort of customize it. So it's super neat and really, really basic.
I think that's definitely a better size for this car and should also still be super bright as well. So here's the normal headlights and then that's those.
Yeah, and depending how you wire it, you can run them independently from high beam. You can have a switch that cuts them on or off, or you can, just do it simply, which is high beam.
So that's it, Martin. I think we're ready for a drive.
What about the winch?
Oh, the winch.
We're going to test the winch,
yes,
man.
So the winch, could you just grab from the passenger side, there's a little controller there. So I've just got a couple of Anderson plugs here so that it's not on all the time. We're going to plug these ones in. And now, using the winch clutch, we've got a little controller here which basically plugs in the front. It doesn't have a cap on it, but we'll cover that up. So we want to point this, that you can unplug that now, Martin, from under the car. If I point that back towards the engine, then that clutch should be disengaged. There it is. Yes, and now you can pull that out. That's it. You can sit on that. And now if I do that, and that way, we should be working.
Yeah, dude. I'm like a tree. And I'm actually the tree, and then your Jimny's coming towards me.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look like it. Going
Dude,
sideways, man.
This car has just become...
It's leveled up, hasn't it?
It's leveled up. The capability is now just at an extreme. Now, I know that some of you out there are into like drifting and sports cars and cool stuff that we're into as well.
Yeah.
But nothing beats four-wheel driving, and any dirt maggots out there know it.
Do you know that forward driving and overlanding is at the most popular it's ever been, ever?
What's overlanding mean?
Overlanding is what Americans call forward driving, I believe.
Oh, you know they also call Americans call a bushwalk hiking.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because hiking here means something very, like that means you're away for a few days.
Over a mountain.
Kind of like going over a mountain.
Well, that's kind of what you do when you go hiking too. I reckon there's a few reasons why overlanding and forward driving is the most popular it's ever been, and we could talk about it for ages, but I think the main ones are, there's so many people on roads, there's so many rules on the roads, there's so much traffic on the roads, and a lot of the cars just sort of do everything and don't need modifying and whatever, that really the next frontier is like, where do I go off-road? I know it's always been a thing since forever, but now like the quality of cars you can get and the fact you can go and buy like a brand new diesel ute thing off the showroom floor for what you used to have to pay for a four-door sedan with a 1.8 litre, and you can go anywhere.
Or a Jimny even,
Jimny.
like the newer version of this, which I don't think is as cool as this one. Just saying.
So is it popular because manufacturers are making this stuff, or are manufacturers making this stuff because it's popular? I don't know, but I think this is an awesome way to get into it without spending heaps of money that's very capable.
Martin, jokes aside, I reckon people have kind of hit digital saturation. Like, I reckon it's just like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, email, ads that are like made for you based on your IP, all of this stuff. And I think people are just like, how do I get out? Because I think you're going to see more people out trail running, people camping, people four-wheel driving, just wanting to get away from all of the rubbish, you know, just get away. And so a car is a really good reason to have an adventure. And so, you know, a lot of the time we say, you know, it is about the adventure, because the car just sitting here, like, it looks cool, but it doesn't actually do anything. But if you buy a car and that car lets you start doing track days, that car lets you learn how to drift, that car kind of opens up a community for you and you can kind of make new friends and go and have new experiences, then that's what I think it's for. A car is a key to adventure.
That's true. And one track day, you could probably get 10 nights camping.
Yeah.
You know, for the same cost. And so, you know, there's some thrills and fun to be had, but even just getting out on a trail and just, yeah, getting right out into nature.
Yeah.
Which
It's
is
a little bit of
my
this
favourite. Yeah,
and a
that's
little bit of
my
that.
favourite part of it, getting some fresh air, seeing some cool stuff that you don't see when you're staring at brick walls or concrete.
Now, obviously, when you go camping and off-roading, there's lots of different equipment that you need, but I just wanted to show you some of the things that I'm going to be taking in the Jimny. There's lots of other stuff like cooking things and whatever, but this is kind of more technology-based. So, first of all, of course, is the tyre deflator for when you're going off-road or on the sand, and also the inflator. That's just a Ryobi inflator that runs on the small batteries, which is really good. Also, I've just got a little camp light, which is something that we can kind of use when we set up our camp, and that's got a USB on it as well. You can never have too much USB charging, particularly if you're filming, you've got GoPros and stuff as well. I've also got this big spotty, which is just absolutely ridiculous, blinded myself. And to charge all of these things is an in-car charger. So that there just means that as I drive along, that can be charging as well. Now, for charging bigger things and some drones, DJI stuff that actually needs to be plugged into a wall to charge a bit faster, just got one of these. So this here is a 240 volt AC 300 watt power inverter. Now, it runs off these bigger Ryobi batteries. This is a 36 volt one that's actually from my lawnmower, but you basically plug that in, and then you've got mains power as well as USB and USB-C. Awesome for going off-road, obviously awesome for camping as well. And I haven't used this one yet, but they did send us this also, which is the same kind of thing, but runs off the smaller batteries. And also just really handy for charging up anything that is AC. This here, amazingly, can run a 32-inch LED TV, or if you're out and about, you could be running your modem and stuff on it. Speaking of power, I've had this for years. I think I got this from eBay or something, but this here is just a solar-powered battery bank, like a power bank. And so you can see now it's in the sun, so it is starting to charge up. And I just leave that on the dash of my car, and I've got another little thing from eBay that I kind of plug into it, and then I can be, whether it's GoPros or phone, iPad, whatever, you can just be charging stuff up as you go. And at the end of the day, when the sun's gone, it's storing the power, which is really, really freaking cool. There's no CarPlay or anything in the Jimny, but Marty recently got me this as a gift. This is a quad lock system, and the quad locks, they make mounts for bikes, motorbikes and stuff like that, and it's basically a case, your phone goes on it and then clips on. That there, really, really cool and great just for getting your phone in and out of the car, particularly if you're filming on it and stuff like that. While I do have my big light over here, I've also just got a little swag light, which is a little wee light basically for getting up in the middle of the night in case you need to go and do a wee somewhere. Not as much technology based, but this here is my thermos. I've had this for years. I've taken it to so many track days and stuff, and I just fill this with ice. It lasts 1 or 2 days with cold water, and it's just nice when you're out and about to be able to get a cold drink. I don't have a kind of fridge system in the Jimny, like I have in my camper trailer, which has got battery and solar and stuff. So it's just nice to be able to have a cold drink and some icy water when you're out and about. And speaking of cold drinks, you can also now grab, due to popular demand, our shit beer drink coolers. These are awesome, shitbeer.org, and you can get them from the Mighty Car Mods website. Next up, nothing to do with camping at all, but I just wanted to show you because I was very excited, are the all-new Mighty Car Mods safety earmuffs. We just had these made, and I'm very, very excited. Look at these. There's chopped fingers on the ears because you're going to be chopping the decibels. Really cool design, really comfy. You can wear them for a long time. We spent a lot of time kind of in R&D making sure we get something as good and comfy as possible. They are available right now, and we can ship them to you anywhere in the world. Look at that. Freaking awesome. And last but not least is this that we got sent. This is a little Jimny that's got BF Goodrich tyres on it, the same as the tyres that are actually on the Jimny. It's a little four-wheel drive remote control nugget, which is cool. And they sent us a couple of them. So maybe we'll take them out, and if our real cars get stuck, we can drive them. So anyway, that's just some of the technology. So like I say, there's obviously going to be lots more when we actually hit the dirt, but those are some of the more kind of electronic technology-related things. And now, because the Jimny 1.5 litre is, to this point, still currently untested, let's get in and go for a drive and see if it works.
Let's just hit a normal road.
Yeah.
Let's just find a normal road and see if it changes gears, if it works, if it's spilling its guts everywhere or not. And you people, you can come with us. So let's do it, Martin. Hop in. We're going to go and have an adventure. Don't sit on my mad sunnies. These are the sunnies that I got from Justin Bieber's girlfriend, remember? Where's the key?
It is a small
the
car,
key's
isn't
right
it?
there. Oh, it's a K car, man.
tiny.
It's a K
It is
car.
a K car.
My left foot is looking for a clutch that doesn't exist.
Oh, it sounds good now. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Ah! Wow, dude. That's awesome. You literally chopped the possum that was running next to the car, but you didn't chop the wallaby.
It's definitely got a bit more poke.
It's a bit
you can
peppier.
feel that?
Sure.
No, come on, man.
No, you're right. It definitely
It's got a
feels like
little
it's
bit of
big
extra.
Is that flat?
Let me turn the aircon off.
Oh, there it goes.
Hey!
Boost.
There we
Wait,
go.
ready? No turbo? Turbo.
So what I'm hoping is that once it's actually loaded up with like all my camping and off-road stuff, then the real test is whether I can hit and hold and sustain 100 kilometers an hour.
Highway speeds.
Highway speeds.
That's what it needs, because man, this is a good place to be. You can see everything. You've got lots of grip beneath you with your mud tyres.
Yep.
You got a bit more torque with your big block.
Yep.
You got some lights if we go in the dark.
Yep.
When you're working out your camping setup. You're doing well, man.
Man, I love this car.
Yeah, it's
the
mad.
car is excellent.
Yeah.
The new tyres, they're not like noisy. You know, a lot of people are saying, oh, you know, they're much noisier. Maybe it's just because I'm not going fast enough.
Well, definitely there'll be a bit of that, but you also had all-terrains on it before, which is also noisier than like a road tyre.
Yes.
And these things come with like road sort of tyres.
Yeah.
SUV tyres, whatever. So yeah, maybe it's a bit more noisy, but like you're not going to care about that when you're crawling up a mud hole.
Well, that's the thing. I'm going to be in the mud, and I don't know if it's actually going to be necessary, but because these mud tyres, they are heavier, they got thicker sidewalls. If I release some pressure, these tyres are meant to be able to grip me up some rocks to do some crawling, Martin. And what other things do four-wheel drive people do? I'm not drinking the shit beer.
I was literally about to say they drink shit beer.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. But but,
not all of them.
But I'll camp. I'll cook.
Yep.
I've got a special. Martin, see if you can work out what this is. It might look familiar. Have a look at the other side of that and show everybody what that is. Yeah?
What?
Do you know what that is?
Oh, it's your toilet.
That's my
You
toilet.
chopped out the chair.
It's a Mighty Carmod stool, and you just open it up and then stool away. Off you go.
Yeah, man.
Getting on the dirt. Are you ready? Here we go. Yeah.
Did you fall driving?
I'm on the dirt now, mate. See?
This is how it goes in the city, isn't it? You find literally 10 metres of dirt. Yeah, it loves it.
All right, that is the Jimny series. Thank you very much, everybody. Next time you see this car, it will be going on an off-road adventure. Massive thank you to Paulie. Thank you to Blakey. Thank you to Isaac. Thank you for anybody that helped support this build. Martin, there it is.
It's great.
Ktruckandjimny.com. Is that the website?
Yeah,
Ktruckandjimny.com. All right.
And so is shitbeer.org.
Yep, make sure you check out those incredible websites.
Amazing websites.
There it is, everyone. Thank you very much. If you want to support the show, you can get a Cheryl's mystery box. You never know what you'll find
You need
inside.
to buy a mystery box so he can buy himself some sunnies, because he forgot his sunnies, dude.
I know.
You broke the first rule of presenting a four-wheel drive show, the best one apparently on the internet.
Martin, I actually think we should make our own sunnies. I'm not even jostling
That'd
you.
be cool.
I'm not even. We just make some mad ones. Anyway, see everybody. Big block.
What a beast.